Hey everyone, Velocity here, and we're getting right back into things, man. No intro needed. Nikkei, I'm afraid that would be impossible. I don't even remember what happened, honestly. It's been like 3 days. Why? I get that you barely have enough time, but if you move at full speed... Sora's right. 2 minutes is far from enough when you're trying to hide 10 body pieces. Jesus. And more importantly, the ghost house fuse box is the problem. They opened it to cut the wires, remember? That means they had to visit the innermost part of the ghost house. The fuse box was located just beside the entrance to the altar, and the altar is located in the innermost of the ghost house. Just going to and from would take up all the time. Maybe there was a secret passage that only the that could have hidden the body there, and gain access to the fuse box as well. Please, can someone knock some sense into him? There's no way that kind of passage would exist. The most crucial thing is, if the culprit carried the body to the ghost house, the person who saw that should have noticed it. So how is it, Ira? Did my sister enter the ghost house holding something in her hands or not? What? Whoa, why are you so flustered? I don't understand. So, well, I just didn't expect to get called. What did you say? She can't even remember. Ira, it seems you're not very fond of the fact that you have your head attached to your neck. Wow. Would it kill you to please pay attention? You told us you saw my sister entering the ghost house at 17:55. Oh. She was empty-handed. If she was holding a piece of the corpse, I would have recognized it. See? So that means we didn't transport the body directly to the ghost house. I cannot be the culprit. You are literally the culprit! Like, I don't know what to... I don't know how, but you are. And as mentioned before, there are too many contradictions to suspect my sister as the culprit. No. I have something to inquire, Kanade. You have successfully shown us that you cannot be the culprit, but that doesn't mean you yourself admit that your first theory was wrong. Oh, that is true. Then now it's come to this. Who do you think is the actual culprit? That's, well... Honestly, I also need to think this through again. I was so focused on proving my innocence that I haven't come up with another theory yet. Well, that theory is about to be trash. Saibai, how about you? This is the first time you stood up in a class trial. Is there any other theory you'd like to provide us with? Shit, he's out, man. Nothing. He's the smartest one here, and nothing. Wait a sec, I need to clear my thoughts. I missed something. Something big. Alright, man, I'm waiting for the big reveal. Oh, they're both out of words. What is happening? It can't be. Our two brains are stumped. Please give it all your all. We're counting on it. You're not helping, Ira. This case is honestly so complex that I can't even get a good grasp on it. Well, if you just told us how you did it, we could carry on with our day. Oh no, we're doomed. I think we needed Kokoro. Stop being a baby. If Kokoro was here, she would have solved the case immediately. If only she hadn't been killed. Ira, would you please? Thank you. Please, just stop. We're all doing our best, but. Oh my god, I'm tired. I want to go home. Please, would someone clog her mouth or something? What is this group of people? This is so... Yuki? What's wrong? We've been through 2 class trials. Of course they were difficult, and we were stumped a couple of times. But this is the first time that our reasoning has come to a stop completely. The culprit of this case, who is it? How did they kill Setsuka? Even Kanade, who is the smartest out of all... Nah, it's not Kanade. I mean, it is Kanade, but she's not the smartest. Saobai is, after what just happened. Is having a hard time coming up with a solution. A person with no special brains or talent like me... Come on, Sora. Don't... Why do they do that? Just because they don't know what their talent is or because they're the ultimate lucky student, they're like, oh, I'm a failure. No, you're not. Everyone's different in their own way. Would ever hope to help everyone in this case. I've got it. What? So that was it. Everyone, I know the culprit now. Yeah, it's you. Really? Oh, Kanade, I knew it. Oh my god. I need to thank Saobai for this. Without him, I would have believed without a doubt that my sister was the culprit. Nor would I have realized that the gate records had been rigged and that my sister was used. What? So he admits to the fact that Hibiki is an accomplice. No, my sister wasn't an accomplice. She was just literally used by the real culprit. The poor thing. This case was performed by a single person, a meticulous one at that. Yeah, you! So who is it? Let me spell out the clues for you. Follow along with me, everyone. First, just as Saibai said, they are left-handed. And they provided us with a false testimony so that oh my god. And they had an alibi during the parade so that they could move freely around the monorail. No, it's not Iraha. I'm sure you've all realized who I'm talking about, right? Left-handed false account and has an alibi during the parade. The person who fits all this criteria is... It's not Iraha, dude. What? What is this? Can I pick Mikado? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll get in trouble. Wow, she was literally right here. Why'd I go all the way around? Whatever. It's not her. It's not. The person who fits all this criteria is Iraha. It has to be you. No, it's not. She's still rejoicing. Hooray for Kanade. She's easily tracked down the culprit for us. There we go. What? I was waiting for it to hit her. It's not her. I know it's not her. That doesn't make any sense. Wow, so I literally stopped right at the halfway point of the trial last time. The only person who matches the criteria Kanade mentioned is you, Iraha. No, wait. Why am I the culprit? Why is this all of a sudden? Even he knows something's up. Then let me explain step by step. Sora, could you show me the pool gate records once more? Oh, God. Firstly, like Saibai said, Setsuka died in the pool, in the morning specifically. Iraha called Setsuka to the pool in the morning. So Setsuka enters at 8:44 and Iraha enters at 8:45. That doesn't work. Wait, I never entered the pool, like, ever. Shut up, you Bro, get her out of here, please. Please, you used my sister to murder Setsuka and then blame the whole murder on me? She didn't. She literally didn't. Now you're going to pay. But she didn't even say anything. So then what? Then she killed Setsuka on the spot. And I left the pool at 9:22 to set up the signpost. Oh, and left the pool at 9:22 to set. I thought she just outed herself. I was like, wait, what? And left the pool at 9:22 to set up the signpost. And she goes to gather the tools needed to cut the body. So that wasn't Hibiki entering, but Iraha leaving? Why are they just blindly accepting this? Did they forget that Kanade was the only person who knew that Hibiki would easily become a puppet if she was traumatized? Like, this does not work. It doesn't. Yeah, Setsuka's handbook. Then Setsuka's ID would show an output. She then returns to the pool at 9:54. This time she has to use her own handbook. Oh, so nobody was in the pool since 9:54. She's going with the same logic as Saibai, but I see that this approach also makes sense. She finishes preparing the body for 12:54. After eliminating any traces left, she leaves the pool using Setsuka's handbook. By doing this, Iraha will leave the pool, but an in output would be saved according to the records. Wait, let me get this straight. Saibai's theory was that the corpse was cut up between 12:53 and 17:54, right? And you're suggesting that it was instead done between 9:54 and 12:54. Yes, 3 hours should just be enough time to do the job. And by this way, we solved the mystery of why it took 3 hours to bring the dismembering tools. You're right, Saibai's theory was acceptable, but not being able to explain it in 3 hours is a bit weird. The dismemberment process was already done by 12:54? But that doesn't leave too much time until we found the corpse. Listen carefully, I'll explain everything. 12:54, Iraha kept all the corpse pieces into one place before leaving the pool. Later, at 17:24, she uses her handbook to in herself to bring the corpse pieces out. And 1 minute later, at 17:25, she uses Setsuka's handbook to leave the pool. Now we perfectly can explain the gate records of the pool by this logic. No! You think she could do that? Like, actually. You think Iraha could do that? I don't think she could do that. Also, we already explained these gate records as the twins. No. I don't buy this. I see, so it's possible to rig even the records without an accomplice. No. Why are they just eating this up, bro? What? I guess it would have been for the culprit to create no out records to avoid any suspicion from the pool. But both mine and Sayabai's theory has limitations in that regard. I guess there's a reason for the culprit to do so. Really? Did Ira actually? No! You think she could actually do a plan this convoluted? No, she can't. Wait, I'm really not the culprit. I never heard of any of this. Shut up. I'm not done with my theory. Nah, you can shut up. I've had enough of you. Now for the day. No, don't have that cute face after doing that. She is literally a demon, bro. I swear. Now, the next part, Ira, who has successfully finished her job at the pool, moves the corpse pieces back to Block C at the monorail station. Later, she herself runs to Block A. How? But isn't that the same as Sayabai's theory? Wait just a bit on that. Now here's the important part. After Ira arrives at Block A, she needs to enter the ghost house at 1755. Here, it doesn't really matter that much whether she uses her handbook or Setsuko's, but it was probably better to use her own. I'll explain this a bit later. As I said before, she goes inside to cut the wires of the ghost house fuse box, and she uses Setsuko's handbook to leave. Wait, what the hell are you on about now? Yeah, what? Thank you for calling her out on her bullshit. That's exactly what you said was impossible when I brought it up. Setsuko's hand is at the monorail station of Block C. How are you going to turn in her handbook on? I was going to ask that too, but I guess he was faster. Yeah, see? The theory you're trying to propose just substituted the culprit from you to Bubblehead. With everything else, you're basically saying the same stuff. Honestly, can you even hear yourself? You just have to carry the hands, right? But Kanade, didn't you yourself say that that was impossible? It would be impossible for Sis, but definitely with Ira. Ira actually has a pretty handy tool to hide the hands. And what's that? Oh, her handbook. Her hat! Her hat! What? Both Sis and I have no ideal space to carry the hands without being seen. The pockets are too small to shove the hands in, and if we try to hide it with our clothes, it would stick out and seem unnatural. But you need to both not be seen and also be able to pull it out whenever needed. This is a case where every minute and second matters. The hand must have been readily available whenever the situation called for it. And you're suggesting that the hiding place was Ira's hat? If you put the severed hands on your head and put the hat on top, you hold it in place and it wouldn't seem unnatural. Not only that, but you could also pull it out whenever you wanted to turn the handbook on. So it matches every condition I've just mentioned. Does it? And technically speaking, Ira's hand isn't a tool but an attire, or her hat isn't a tool but an attire she always wears. So she wouldn't cause any suspicion as well. So basically she puts the hands on top of her head? That's so weird. Why would I do such a horrible thing? And the one who entered the ghost house was Hibiki, not me. I saw it with my own eyes. That's exactly why I'm suspecting you, Ira. If you perhaps lied about seeing my sister, you have no alibi. She didn't, though. But I'm not the one. Hibiki, tell her the truth. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, she's not helping either. Sayaba, is there anything left bothering you? Think, man. Please, you're our only hope. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Sayaba, please. I'll take that as a no. Then let's get to... Come on, Sayaba, say something. Ira causes a blackout at the ghost house, then moves to the Block A monorail station. When the monorail resumes its operation at 18, she rides it back to Block C to move the corpse. That part is the same as Sayabai's theory. This is the important part. Ira must have hid the body parts near the ghost house. That place, I suspect, is the small park in front of the ghost house. Perhaps it's one of the bushes there. Wait, but when we were stuck at the same place... Now we're stuck at the same place as before, yeah. You guys searched Block A, so if somebody had hidden that stuff... Yes, that's why I'm suspecting Ira. You were searching Block A! You could have just hid it yourself! It was Ira who investigated the park area. You did too, though. What? Sayabai said it just now, didn't he? That all the culprit had to do is hide the corpse in the place that they were supposed to investigate. Well, I was unable to do so because I... Wait. Oh, I thought she was talking about the ghost house. No, she's talking about Block C. Wow. That park that Iroha investigated was right across the ghost house. Wait, that's still in... Is that still in block? In terms of distance, she'd have no problems. I don't remember if that's still in the same block. She just pretended to investigate, and she lied about there being nothing, just like Saibai said. Liar, liar, man, son, liar. Is that really your retort? Why is Iroha even in this class trial, man? I love her, but she's not helping. Exactly. What part am I not making sense to you? Almost everything. Almost everything. But it was you who told me to investigate the park area. How was I supposed to know beforehand that you'd assign me to that place? I see. That's my bad. But I had no idea you were the filthy culprit back then. Yeah, okay, bitch. However, even if I told you to investigate some other place, wouldn't you have volunteered to investigate the park? No, she wouldn't. What? Because she's not the culprit. Anyway, Sora investigated near the ghost house, so the only option left for you was probably the park, so that's why you chose that place. It's a pretty smart act considering it was coming from Iroha. You deserve some praise. No, I said I'm not the culprit. After that, well, you know the drill, right? She hid the corpse and came back to us. And pretended to join our investigation, and carries the corpse from the park to the ghost house once Sora leaves the place. This is around 1942, so... Since the last time she used the ghost house gate, she used Setsuka's handbook, and she uses her own handbook to enter the ghost house. The way she'd be able to create an ID from around 1750 without an out record. Also, from there on out, speed is key. As such, since it'll be difficult to use Setsuka's handbook, she'd just use her own handbook for convenience. This is why I told you before that Iroha would have used her own handbook first. What? After entering, Iroha prepares the final step to her plan. She puts the body parts on the altar, uses the blood packs to create a bloody mess, then hides behind the sliding screen near the entrance. After the body announcement, she pretends like she just entered the place, and voila! From corpse moving to false alibi to false evidence, she really did it all by herself. No, that is way too convoluted. I honestly do not believe in a million years that Iroha would do anything like this. She is not smart enough. That is a horrible thing to say, but it's the truth. She is not smart enough for this. Iroha. No, I told you, I'm not the culprit. If seeing Hibiki entering the ghost house was a lie. The hairpin. How do you explain the hairpin from the ghost house? Yeah, honestly, what? You obviously just stole them before. What the fuck are you saying now? What? Sister was clearly not herself after the motive reveal last night. Even a toddler would have been able to take it from her. When did I ever have a chance to steal that? You were the one who told us Hibiki refused to come out of her room this morning. That was still this morning. I have no idea where she was and what she did afterwards. I only met her again after we found the corpse. No, that's a fucking lie. Do you have any proof that you didn't meet my sister during that time? Well, that, I can't. We gotta find a way to prove that she's lying. I'm not trying to blame you or anything, but didn't you arrive late after the body announcement? The body was found in Block A, yet you arrived even later than Yoriko and Nikke, who are in Block C. Why is that, I wonder? That's because I was the only one who didn't receive Setsuka's message. You told me later that you received a weird message, right? Yoriko is heading towards the ghost house anyways because of that message. That is true, but... based on our observations so far, that message was sent by the culprit as well, right? What? Oh shit. Sure, all messages from Setsuka today was sent by the culprit. That is all the more reason that the culprit needed to carry Setsuka's hand at all times. But as I said before, only the person capable of transporting Setsuka's hands is Iroha. Dude. Well, this is tough. So Iroha, no, she didn't. We gotta find a way to refute this, dude. Sorry, but I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Her theory itself has no contradictions. Are you for real right now? But the fact that the bubble-haired girl thought of this trick, a trick this high-leveled, yeah, no. That itself could be considered a contradiction, yeah, for real. Thank you. He's right. How could someone as stupid as me... Are you for real? She's calling herself stupid, so she could... You're saying that about yourself? Just to avoid suspicion. Well, she could have been acting all this time. A wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will. Nah. That's not true. I'm innocent. Please believe me. He claimed that you're not the culprit. Then where's your rebuttal? This is literally the same situation that we put my sis in. Tell me, what is the difference between you going on about your innocence without any logic to back it up, and sis bawling her eyes out? Okay, alright, man. Alright, I've seen enough illogical nonsense. What the hell? You're asking to be executed. No, you need to stop. Okay, that would terrify anyone, so I completely understand Iroha crying from that. Oh my god, what is wrong with Kanade? Seems like Ira's backed into a corner. You're just not gonna comment on that demonic face she was making? Is she really the culprit? No, she's not. Kanade and Saibai did most of the reasoning, and there doesn't seem to be any contradictions. Then I guess they're right. No, they're not! Silence from both the attacking team and the defenders. Have you come to a conclusion? I'm sure you're all aware that this is the third-class trial, but you cannot take back your decision. Now then, everyone, vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you. No, it's not time to vote. Will that answer be the truth or not? Stop. Now vote. Objection. Yes, Mikado. What? Interrupting the voting again? We're not done. What is it, Mikado? Something was bothering me all this time, and I finally know what that is. I'm not trying to side with Iroha, but I saw something back then. Saw what? According to Kanade's theory, Iroha should have dismembered the corpse between 9:54 and 12:54, correct? But I saw Iroha goofing around painting pictures near the harbor around 11. Yes! What? Yes! Oh yeah, I was drawing pictures of the port at that time. Wait, why weren't you investigating? Well, I thought it would raise my spirits. She's literally baby. That isn't the important part. If Iroha was around the port at that time, then that means Kanade's theory is completely wrong. Yeah. Yup. Fuck you. Mikado, I take back every bad thing I've said about you. Thank you for helping me. I most certainly didn't do it for you. Now that it's come to this, we're back to square one once again. My, what a troublesome scene. You do not give a fuck. This man is literally just chaotic evil. Wait, can we even believe this guy? Yes, we can. What's wrong? I mean, how can we tell if that's true or not? It's Mikado of all people. Mikado has always meddled with us, so this time he might be trying to stop us from getting the answer right. Are you forgetting that he's going to die too? If we get this wrong? Excuse me, why would I lie if not getting the answer right also cost me my life? How should I know? Maybe you're behind all this and did it to survive on your own. Okay, that is a fair point. I don't think it's Mikado, though. That isn't... Yeah, no. After all, you're the one who gave us those motive videos, right? Shinji's right. You're seriously saying that after all you've done so far? What makes you think you have the right to speak? Alright, shut up. Don't speak such nonsense. Iroha was definitely at the pool at that time. Sorry, but I also can't believe his words that easily. If it wasn't for his testimony, Kanade's theory is perfect. But he doesn't have anything to gain by lying at him. Yeah, honestly. If it was anyone else, Saibai even, I would have at least tried to believe it, but Mikado? Am I that untrusted? You are. You actually are. Of course, you're the mastermind, for crying out loud. Technically speaking, you're the reason we're doing this class trial in the first place. Just this once, please believe Mikado. No, please, believe in me. I'm really innocent. I'd rather place my trust on a dog's droppings than him. Damn, everyone hates Mikado. How cruel of you are. At least take this seriously. Is Iroha really the culprit? No, she's not. Iroha does seem like she's telling the truth. Of course, it could be her acting. Mikado is saying that he saw Iroha in the morning. I should think of something as well. Think of any information regarding Iroha. That could be the missing key to solving whether or not Iroha's the Blackened. Alright, Logicraft. I don't remember what this is. Oh, it's this! Oh no! Dude, this is so hard! Oh my god. What? Oh my god, dude. I swear. I'm trying, guys. I swear. That, like, you can't actually... Dude, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. You can't control it. Like, I'm dead! What the hell? It doesn't seem hard at all, but it is. Like, you cannot control this thing fluently at all. You have to tap it, or you have to hold it to go up. Like, oh my god. What the hell? This is literally impossible. Oh my god, dude. I shouldn't have gone up. Ah! Ah! Oh no, no, please. Please. Dude, this is literally impossible. What the fuck? Before the parade, when was the last time we met Iraha? It was during breakfast. Yeah, it was during breakfast. I had to think about that for a second. Yeah. See? Okay. Dude, the controls are so bad. Why are they like this, man? I swear I'm not bad. It's just the controls are horrible. Oh my, dude. Why can't we just have logic dive from freaking Super Danganronpa 2? Like, oh my god. Why are the controls so bad? Dude, I'm gonna die. Oh, I made it. I made it with the skin of my teeth. Alright, what did we do with Iraha during breakfast? I don't remember. Or no, yeah. Sora drank her coffee. I remember that. I remember that now. That is such a... How am I supposed to remember something that small, man? That is such a minor detail. What? Come on. What happened after we drank Iraha's coffee? She felt sleepy, I think. Yeah, no, she did feel sleepy. Nothing happened, she turned Super Saiyan. Okay. Like, what? Come on. Are you kidding me? If you actually pick those answers, you need help, bro. Like, come on. She was sleepy. Yeah. So it can't be her. That doesn't make sense. Wait, everyone. What's wrong, Sora? This just came to me, and it doesn't have anything to do with Mikado. But Iraha may not be the culprit. Oh, now you... Sora, thank you. Oh my gosh. Dude, don't cry. What's up with you? Actually, something very suspicious happened this morning. After breakfast, I was going to start my investigation when a sudden wave of irresistible sleep came over me. I told you about the reason I was late for the parade, remember? I do. You suddenly felt sleepy, and what? Get your face out of here! And when you woke up, it was evening, right? But it's not like you were awake all night, right? And you slept through the afternoon, even when you drank coffee for breakfast. That's exactly it. I saw Iraha wasn't drinking her coffee during breakfast. I thought it was a waste, and naturally being a can of coffee, I drank her coffee instead. I was okay up until then, but after that, I felt incredibly sleepy, like as if I was drugged. It was an unnatural wave of sleep. You did? So what are you trying to say? Someone drugged the coffee with sleeping pills? Exactly. What? Now listen carefully. The coffee I drank was meant for Iraha, right? What would have happened if Iraha instead drank the coffee? Well, Iraha would have slept till evening. Then what would that mean? Then that would mean Iraha wouldn't even have an alibi from morning till evening, right? Huh? Wait, so someone tried to use sleeping drugs to prevent Iraha from having an alibi? Kanade. Sorry for interrupting this, but was there anything like sleeping drugs on this island? There are some at the pharmacy section at the mart, but I always check the items there, but I didn't notice a difference in number. Did you open the packages and check the insides? Well, I can't. It would take forever if I did that every day. For a cup of coffee, one pill should be enough. They probably didn't even need the whole package. Anyways, let me get this straight. You drink a cup of coffee that was drugged with sleeping pills. But why would someone prevent Iraha from having an alibi? What would they gain from that? Wait, I know. There's someone who would really benefit from all this. Kanade. She's left-handed and so is Iraha. Someone who's trying to frame Iraha by preventing any alibis. Right, if Iraha's the culprit, it doesn't make any sense that the coffee she was trying to drink was drugged. Iraha's not the culprit. The culprit was the person who was trying to make Iraha drink that coffee. Wait, if Sora drank the coffee that was originally intended for Iraha, then Iraha being outside during morning was something unexpected even for the culprit, right? That's right. So Mikado's account of seeing Iraha around 11 is something entirely impossible. Possible. How could you not believe me? I'm so disappointed in all of you. Bro, shut up. Hold on, if Iraha's not the culprit, then it's Kanade. It's something that just came to me. But if we use this info and reverse the thought process, we can easily track down the culprit. The culprit's identity. The culprit is someone who had drugged Iraha's coffee. The culprit is someone who is trying to frame Iraha by erasing her alibi. Someone who is trying to frame her just now. It's Kanade. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it around to town. Yeah, I told y'all. The culprit was someone who was pressing on Iraha just until now. Kanade, it's you. You got nothing to say? Wait, hold on. I thought Little Sis explained to us how she couldn't be the culprit. I'm grateful that you proved my innocence, but Kanade being the culprit, it's her. Do y'all not see the demonic faces she's making? But that being said, Kanade did act weird during breakfast. Usually she would have chased right after his sister, right when Hibiki left. But she didn't hesitate even a bit? What? I don't remember that. Sis? I'm going to take a rest in my room. Wait, sis, where are you going? You haven't even finished your breakfast. Hibiki's condition seems to be getting worse. Come to think of it, she broke down the most out of everyone yesterday. But she became very dependable after Emma's case, but she seems to have reverted back to her old self. Well, we can't help it. It seems like everyone except Iraha has finished their meals, so let's get moving. Kanade, you stay at Hibiki's side for now. What? But you don't have to mind us. She's your family, right? You should be the one that's there for her. Go on. Yeah, no, she doesn't care about her. Alright then. She reluctantly followed once Setsuka told her. Yeah. I assume that is to make sure Iraha drank her coffee or not? Fortunately, unbeknownst to Kanade, it was Sora who actually drank the coffee. If Kanade is really the culprit, and considering her personality, she would have made sure that Iraha did in fact drink the sleeping pills, yeah. But how is that possible? Just how unlucky can you get? Just being Kanade. Well, aren't all matters like that? Something that shouldn't have happened somehow did, while something that doesn't... What? Something that shouldn't have happened somehow did, while something that doesn't happen at all. Okay, that makes sense. Bullshit. Yeah, okay, bitch. What? Sayabai, and now you? What is it with you people trying to frame me as the culprit? It's clearly you. I don't know, like... I shared my theory and showed you the contradictions, and through my reasoning proved that Iraha is the culprit. Just how much rebuttal would it take for you to be satisfied? But Sora has a point. If Iraha had fallen asleep with that drug, she would have been confirmed as the culprit without a doubt. Really? Do we have to take the long way? Alright, fine, I'll show you. First, the fact that the coffee was drugged is a stretch. It's not like I was the one who prepared the meal. How could I have drugged the coffee that Mikado prepared? It isn't impossible. Teruya would know just how quickly Mikado prepares meals. Oh yeah, Sora and I arrived early in the morning for breakfast a few days ago, and the meal was prepared even before the morning announcement. Oh yes, I do. You know what they say, the early chef dominates the culinary world. I prepare the food way in advance before you even wake up. What is up with that, man? He literally just hacks the food in. You heard him. So if you arrive at the diner just before everyone else wakes up, you would have ample time to drug Iraha's coffee. But you wouldn't really know where Iraha would actually sit, would you? That probably isn't the case because I usually sit at the same place. Yeah, in fact, most of us usually sit at the same place every morning, don't we? True, unless the seat's owner died and someone sat there instead. That was usually it. After hearing what you all have to say, things start to make sense. The 3 hours of space between 9:54 and 12:54. That was a time deliberately left blank by that girl to frame Bubblehead, so that she could say it was the time Bubblehead spent on dismemberment. Oh, but just how unlucky can you get? The Bubblehead was actually seen by Mikado. Huh, by the irony of fate. Get fucked. Wow. Didn't Iraha just mention that Kanade was assigned to look around the park near the ghost house? Come to think of it, perhaps that was also something she did in advance to frame Iraha. That's not all. Iraha wasn't invited to the chat room that was created from Setsuka's handbook. They probably separately told Iraha to come to the Mirror Mansion so that Iraha could see Hibiki entering the ghost house, and later claimed that Iraha was lying, making everyone suspect her. Told ya, the culprit is Kanade. Obviously that bubblehead can't come up with a trick of this level. He's making fun of me, isn't he? He's helping you. Hold on, this trial is a bit tough. Don't make it any more complicated than it needs to be, please. The culprit keeps changing. I don't know who's telling the truth or not. One thing is for sure. Sora consuming the sleeping pills and Mikado witnessing Araha can't be coincidences. And the one who orchestrated that was Kanade. She's standing right next to you. Might not want to say that. Oh god. This little gremlin, man. So Kanade is really the culprit? Kanade. Okay. Okay, yes, yep, Alright, sure. She's admitting it? What? Kanade? It seems like you used your damn stupid brains to reach a conclusion. As you said, I don't have any logical rebuttal against this. As all of this is just presumption, I have no evidence against this, right? But being the generous and merciful... You are not a god. Like, please, just shut up and admit it. I will go over your stupid delusions. Yes, suppose I did drug Ira's coffee. Then how about we go back to when Saobai was suspecting me as the culprit, yes? Try to deduce things under the proposition that I'm the culprit. Just how did I murder Setsuka? Quite an unsolvable mystery. What? This is making me very uncomfortable. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is like... I don't think there's been a single Danganronpa character ever that has made me this uncomfortable. Like, this is not okay. Why isn't anyone answering? Come on, answer me. Well... Guys, I don't want to look at my screen, man. This is, what the hell? What is happening? What is wrong with this girl? I, who cannot carry the hands, I cannot... What the fuck? I, who cannot hide the corpse near the ghost house. I, who was with you all throughout the entire parade. Explain to me how the hell did I manage to kill Setsuka despite all these alibis and move the damn corpse? Anyone? Dog. Now she's scaring you? Kanade, you're scaring me. Now she's scaring you after everything she said. That face is not any better, my dear sis. Relax, there's no way that I'm the culprit. You're not the culprit either. We're completely innocent, so there's nothing to worry about. I'll solve everything for you. I will. Nobody spoke another word. Was it because we were intimidated by the sheer insanity of Kanade? Partly that, but Kanade wasn't just raging upon us without any logic. It was completely different from the breakdowns of all the other culprits. There were simply just too many contradictions to point her as a culprit. Even if she really was the culprit, her defense against that truth was too hard for us to break. Cat got your tongue? Everyone, try to focus. Maybe we've all missed some sort of clue. This is a lot, man. I don't want to die just as much as you guys, so let's start this over again. Whew! Oh, man. Okay, now let's put our heads together on this. It's impossible. There's too many contradictions if we assume that Kanade is the culprit. Maybe Kanade really isn't the culprit, and of course me too. Wait, what about the deal with the sleeping pills? If Kanade wasn't the one who drugged the coffee, then who is it? I honestly think it's possible that Sora could have lied about this. Are you fucking kidding me? What would Sora have to gain from lying about that? We only have Sora's words to back it up, right? But if Sora was lying, then there goes my account's credibility again. As if he had any credibility to begin with. But that isn't the only thing that made Kanade suspicious. Not to mention that Kanade didn't outright deny the fact about the sleeping pills. I have no idea what's going on, and who's right or wrong. Saobai, any ideas? Bro, I thought you saw me as shit. Now you're running back to me because you're out of ideas. Why is everyone so distrustful of each other? Oh my god, they're supposed to be working together. Well, the main problem is how the culprit was able to move the corpse to the ghost house. If we think about the whole timeline, the concept of hiding the corpse in Block A is entirely impossible. Still, they must have used the monorails, but we've missed something. Something here. Something... Oh, I got it. I know the culprit. Stop. Just stop. Don't say anything. Please. I love you, but you're not helping. It's Mikado. Mikado... Why? 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 He keeps talking about the school rules preventing him from using magic, but who knows if that rule is actually fake? Bro, I can't. I'm crying. I can't, man. Oh my god. I'm crying, bro. This is the best line I've seen in any trial ever. I can't wait until this is voiced, bro. Oh my god. Might I kindly ask what the actual fuck is wrong? Bro, Mikado, best villain of all time. Or maybe there was a secret passage that they used to transport the corpse. Maybe it's best you stay quiet. Don't lose. I'm sorry, guys. Wait, let me focus. I'm sorry. That caught me off guard. Don't lose your focus, Araha. That's not a theory. It's just your delusions. But no, you're not helping. Just stop talking. I can understand where she's coming from. There really is no logical way that this could have happened. Teleported inside? Secret passageway. There's no way her words actually just helped. The ghost house is shaped like... Sabai? I got it. He got it? There is a way. There's a way that Kanade can move the corpse. Really? What is it? The problem is solved if you can move the corpse inside the ghost house without using the gates. And there's one passageway in the ghost house that matches this condition. And what is that? Passageway. The chimney! The chimney! The chimney. It's the chimney. Where is it? Yes! The chimney! I'm so smart. What? Sabai, are you perhaps referring to the chimney? There was a fireplace in the ghost house. But how would she reach the monorail goes by the chimney! There's a fireplace, and that means there was a chimney that connects to the outside. Bingo! If you throw the corpse through the chimney, the corpse would get thrown down into the fireplace. If there was a fire put out, it wouldn't stand out, and it would be near the altar as well. The chimney? You're kidding me, right? What an astounding turn of events. By throwing the corpse in through the chimney during the parade, you don't have to hide them beforehand. You can enter empty-handed in 1942 after the white-haired girl leaves the ghost house. The corpse is already in the fireplace, so you just move them to the altar and flood the place with the blood packs. Just in case, did you search the fireplace when you were investigating the ghost house? No, I didn't think Setsuko was dead at that time. So I investigated the places that a living human being could naturally be. Not to mention that it was especially dark near the fireplace. Damn. Alright, so no contradictions there. How's this, twins? A new challenge for you. Let's see if we can sing and dance around this one. Dude. Dude, holy shit. The culprit threw the corpse inside through the chimney. But is that actually possible? There's no other way. Nope, it's absolute nonsense. There's no other way! There aren't any clues left in the fireplace. Is that true? We don't even have to discuss the clues. Do you have any idea how tall the ghost house is? How would you throw a corpse into a place that high? I guess the culprit rode a plane or something. Yes? No, it's the monorail. I honestly agree that it's a bit too far. I imagine could have pulled it off for sure, but I'm bound by the cursed rules. You stop distracting us with your nonsense and just shut up. Alright, you're not helping. Saibai has finally found some decisive clues. Let's not waste this chance and listen for contradictions in Kanade's words. Okay, I need to check. No! Okay, so I checked the things, and it said that there was unknown parts in the plastic bag, and I think the plastic bag has something to do with the fireplace. So I'm gonna fire it at this. Yes! Yes, let's go. Alright, man, we're slowly cornering her. Wait a second, about that fireplace. There was a suspicious black plastic bag near the fireplace. I'm not sure what it could be, but I'm positive it wasn't there from the start. Plastic bags near the fireplace? What's the deal with that? If we deduce it based on Saibai's theory, that bag would probably be the body parts. The one that contains the body parts. Ugh. It's gross. The fireplace was always lit, at least until the culprit turned it off. If that bag was there before, it would have been long burnt away, yeah. So the bag was put there after the fire was put out. In other words, the day of the crime. There is other evidence that they threw the corpse through the chimney. The ghost house was pretty higher than you think. If a corpse fell from that high of a height, there must be some traces left in the body. Traces on the body? The culprit threw the corpse onto a place that high. The corpse would definitely have some traces of it. And that evidence is... what? The bruises, right? Fractures in several places. Something sharp. Wow. You're talking about the bruises on the corpse, right, Saibai? You bet. Bruises? While Setsuka's body was cut into pieces, each piece had some trace of bruises. It even said so in the monochrome file. If the body fell straight through the roof like Saibai said, it would be natural that there would be a few broken bones here and there. Conversely, there would be no explanation for those bruises if it didn't fall through the chimney. The murder weapon was something sharp, so it's highly unlikely that those bruises would have occurred otherwise. What nonsense are you talking about? The chimney? You guys said it yourself, the ghost house is pretty tall. Considering the inclination of the building, it would be impossible to even climb up the damn thing. So how would someone manage that? I honestly have to agree. After all, the ghost house is the tallest building out of everything in Block A. There's no other place taller than the ghost house, then how would you manage to throw something onto the top of it? There is one place you can reach higher than the ghost house. What? Some place aforementioned in my theory. The monorail. The monorails go right past the ghost house roof. Are you seriously suggesting that they threw the corpse over? Yes! No, I'm not suggesting it. That's literally the only way. Thank you, Saibai. That is literally the only way. There's no other way. She's not happy. That means he got it right. I'm sorry, but this isn't a fantasy world. Or would you like me to get you incarnated in another world? Oh, damn. Yeah, about that. I have some otherworldly right next to me. I'm not a fantasy creature. Yes, you are. You literally are. You can use magic. Treating me in such a way is cruel, insensitive act that ignores everything I've done so far. Not to be that guy here, but I think it's impossible too. The monorail is pretty slow. That's even more of a reason. Granted, but it is still a moving device. If they missed a shot, all of it would go to waste. Then they can't miss. It's that simple. Just don't miss. Would they risk that kind of shot on a moving platform? They don't have a choice. With a corpse at the chimney when the monorail goes past it. Is this truly possible for a human being in a high schooler of all people? If there's any proof that this was possible for Kanade, then Saibai's theory would possibly be confirmed. Let's trace our memories back. Let's recall any memory related to Kanade's physical abilities. Well, she does have, like, super memory or something like that, right? Or she has photographic memory. My bad. I just called it super memory. She has photographic memory. What else does she have? Alright, this is the one that messes me up the most. Flashback anagram. Alright. I have no idea. Wow. Hibiki's, right? Hibiki? Is it? Yeah, Hibiki. It was this one. Hibiki's remark? Please tell me this is right. Yes! Okay. Oh my god. That one is scary. Oh yeah, there is proof. It might have been possible to throw the corpse into the chimney for Kanade. What? Really? Hibiki. Oh god. Hibiki, listen. What? Huh? You told me on the first day of the third island at the casino, remember? That Kanade's accuracy is impeccable. She always hits her target. She did say that. That one time she even scored a goal from the school's rooftop onto the sports grounds basketball rim. She did say that. Is that even possible? Wait, if it is, yes, throwing a corpse into the chimney while on a monorail should be a piece of cake. I knew Kanade had such an ability, but is that really true, Hibiki? Well, it is true. Kanade is always... Shut up, Hibiki. Oh my... She's cornered now, man. You should have just kept quiet. What are you getting all flustered for? Your reaction just gave credibility to what your sister said. Come to think of it, dude, he is just messing her up. Oh my, Sayobai, my guy, bro. Come to think of it, Kanade looked a little flustered with that remark. At that time, I thought it was because she couldn't keep up with Hibiki's pace. But thinking back now, she might have already thought of this plan way back then. Way back then? That was a few days ago. Yeah, she planned ahead for this, man. So she was already planning to murder someone even then? Honestly, I think Kanade waited for, like, some of the smartest people to be killed. But she didn't account for Sayobai's, like, mental acuity. Like, his power level, I'll say. She didn't account for that. So now that he's here and he's messing her up, she doesn't know what to do. Same with Sora. Sora's pretty smart. She can catch on to things pretty quickly. That would mean that Kanade thought of this trick as soon as she understood the structure of Satsuki Land. Aren't you the scary type? Even Mikado's saying that, man. That's true that it's actually possible for Kanade to be the murderer. If Mikado is calling you scary, you are doing something horrible in your life, bro. Like you need to like reflect. Actually, the only one who has those abilities amongst us is Kanade. So the murder would be impossible for anyone other than Kanade. Kanade, bro. She is done. Stupid sis. Well, sure, I'll let that pass. It doesn't matter, really. Even if I had used that method to move the corpse inside the ghost house, the monorail was active during 18 and 19, the only time possible for the culprit to throw the corpse. But have you all forgotten? That time was when the parade was going on. Oh, that's right. Come to think of it. Kanade watched the parade with us. So it wouldn't make sense for her to also be on the monorail throwing corpses at that time. We ourselves are the witnesses. Wait, then that means we're stuck again? Did Sayobei make another mistake? No, she had to have done it earlier. Wait, but Miss Little Sis didn't deny the chimney theory. To be honest, the reaction she showed just wasn't something from a totally innocent person, honestly. I'm not the culprit. I just didn't feel the need to object to every single detail. Okay, alright, bitch. You have lies covering up your other lies. I have an alibi after all. Seems we've hit yet another roadblock. Huh, if you're gonna act like that, the two can play at that game. Everything would make sense if she is just able to ride the monorail at that time, right? I told you, I was watching the parade. The others there are all witnesses. But was that really you? What? What do you mean? Stupid shits. You got fooled once last time. This is literally the same trick, dickheads. What the hell, Sayobei? Last time you mean when Emma disguised herself as Kokoro? That's right, Bubblehead. What? Don't you get it by now? Recall who I suspected as an accomplice with Kanade. It can't be. What? Hibiki disguised herself as Kanade? How is that possible? What? No, wait. It isn't entirely impossible. It actually makes sense. How is that possible? Hibiki and Kanade are identical twins. Bit of disguise and no one would be able to tell them apart. Hibiki doesn't have an alibi today, so even if she was disguised as Kanade, and the person without an alibi throughout today was actually Kanade. We should be able to double check just in case. Has anyone seen Hibiki even once after the morning? Nobody? I hope you're not just ignoring me this time. The case had already started this morning. Of course no one has seen her. They basically switched their alibis through the skies. Then the first time we saw Kanade after breakfast was during the parade. So the Kanade we met there was probably Hibiki. How is that possible? The real Kanade was riding the monorails moving the corpse. She has nothing to say. Admit it, Kanade. You're not just some ordinary high schooler. You're actually a serial killer. You're smart, cunning, and careful. Even more so than me. What the hell is wrong with you? Somebody even said this wasn't the first time someone like this did this. That they were an expert or something like that. Like, what? Beats me why such a talented girl is in a band for some reason, honestly. But you let your guard down. Sure, you put up a pretty high wall, but you left some holes here and there. Well, my turn is over. It's yours now. Any rebuttals? I haven't had such a battle like this in ages. This is honestly a bit fun, bro. Silent by my guy, man. No, it hurts my pride that I had to get help from the likes of all of you along the way. Damn, are you kidding me? This guy. So you're admitting that? I thought that you just try to take all the credit. I told you, I'm a calculative guy. We all die a happy death if I make a mistake while I stubbornly press on with my theory. It's much more efficient to give up your pride and put your brains together in these cases. I think that you'd be on the same wavelength as us. I think this is the first time you've spoken this much. It honestly is. But it doesn't change the fact that you were all hopeless as shit until I took the stage. You had to rub it in. Hey, he's right. Okay. Alright, demon girl. Alright. Jesus. Kanade? So let me get this straight. The one watching the parade was actually Sis, and I was actually on the monorails, yes? And while the monorail rode past the ghost house, I threw the corpse into the chimney. Congratulations, you've got everything wrong. Are you serious? This girl. Another rebuttal? Please, would you just give me a break? You're definitely the culprit here. If you lack the brains to think, then don't talk at all. People like you are the reason the term trash journalism exists. Okay, now she's roasting his talent. What the hell? What did you just... Finally, someone knows how to put up a real fight. Come at me. This man is enjoying this. Now I'm going to start throwing the corpses. Now I'm going to start with the throwing corpses part and go through everything from there. Setsuko's dismemberment body consisted of the head, the torso, each hands, arms, the legs, and the feet. That's 10. Yeah, 10 pieces altogether. Now here's a simple question. How many times does the monorail go past the ghost house during its 1 hour run? What? You're not seriously suggesting that I threw all 10 pieces in at once, are you? The monorail is quite slow, but it's still just as fast as a speeding bike. To summarize it, you can only throw one piece at a time as you go past the ghost house. You would only know that if you did it yourself. You're incriminating yourself more. According to Saibai's theory, the culprit starts off at Block C to ride it. The one heading toward Block A, right? They throw their first piece in there, and after 15 minutes, where it takes a round trip, they throw the next one. They throw a piece at each round trips 30, 45 to 60 minute mark. So yeah, that's 4 pieces. Wait, who would have guessed it? Our precious hour has already passed within 4 round trips. And the monorail isn't active for the next hour. What are we going to do with the remaining 6 pieces? How are we going to explain this? Well, she definitely makes a point. The idea of throwing a corpse into the chimney is remarkable, but the number of throws needed is just far too much. We have a much bigger problem at hand, really. Throwing the corpse inside the chimney is actually impossible for a different reason. Sure, the legs, arms, and hands and feet are small enough to fit inside the passageway, but the head, since she didn't have a relatively small head, so let's let that pass. But what about the torso? You really think her torso would be able to fit inside that small of a chimney? Is it not possible? Her torso was missing an abdomen, right? Then it wouldn't it have fit without it? You can break the joints to fit any other piece of the body, but you can't do so with the body. Why do you know this? Not to mention that her chest area is particularly larger than everyone else's. That part would surely get stuck halfway through. Oh, so you're just gonna play that card, huh? Can't you just move the torso separately? You know, through the gates is normal? Through the gates is normal. But how? The reason we're talking about this damn chimney theory is because passing through the gates is practically impossible, remember? If you want to prove this theory, you're going to need to be able to move each and every body part through the chimney. With whatever reasoning we throw back at Kanade, she vigorously defends back. If we can't penetrate through this defense, we won't be able to accuse her as the culprit. As Saibai admitted, he can't win against Kanade alone. Dude, this is insane, bro. Y'all were lying about this trial. Bro. I have no idea. The torso does not fit in the chimney. In other words, you would need to move the torso in a different way. Of course, such a way doesn't exist. Are you sure about that? You could have just taken the torso separately. When Kanade is busy throwing corpses, Hibiki just moves to the ghost house with the torso. Impossible. I was watching the parade then. Even if that was Sis's disguise, at least one of us needs to watch the corpse. But then, by that logic, who is the person that watched the parade? What if she separately took the torso and hid the... I couldn't finish that. Impossible. You can only throw 4 pieces in total. There are 6 pieces excluding the torso, so there's too much risk. Then we're out of any options. What is happening, man? If we exclude the chimney theory, there are no other ways to move the torso. And even if that chimney option is made impossible by the monorail schedule. In conclusion, I am not the culprit. Yeah, okay. I told you guys, she used the dolls to move a body part. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I was right. I knew it. No, Kanade. There's a way to move the torso without throwing it into the chimney. Dude, I told you. This is so crazy. Moreover, by doing this, you could also move the torso from block C to A without getting caught. Does such a way really exist? Impossible. There's no such way. Well, there is. It's by using the parade dolls. Wow, the parade dolls. This was just a spark of an idea, but the dolls are able to move on their own, and they're empty inside. Put the torso inside the dolls of the storehouse at Block C before the parade. The torso will automatically get sent to the parade without gathering suspicion. She's just silent. It's right. She doesn't have anything to say. I'm impressed, Whitey. That's what I was going to say. In addition to what she said, the torso would inevitably arrive at Block A's storehouse after the parade, which was exactly the place Kanade was supposed to investigate during your search, so she could just move it. So she had a way of retrieving it back. The torso was hiding inside the storehouse? And in the 6-minute gap between 1936 when Sora left and 1942, she went inside the ghost house during this time to retrieve the torso. Yeah, in addition to that, Hibiki was probably hiding in the storehouse as well. When the white-haired gang started to search Block A, that girl headed straight to the storehouse. Switch places with the real Kanade. Oh my god. After that, Kanade confirms that Whitehair left the ghost house and signals this to her sister using the handbook. And Kanade, or Hibiki, who was standing by with the torso in the storehouse, heads straight to the ghost house. Meanwhile, oh my god, what is this? Meanwhile, Kanade returns with the Whitehair gang. We previously thought that 6 minutes would be too short of a time to move the corpse between the storehouse and the ghost house. However, that was because we considered moving all the body pieces. If it was just the torso, it would have definitely been possible. Amazing, Sora. And so what? As we previously mentioned, the monorail only passes through the ghost house 4 times in the span of an hour. We have 5 more body pieces to take care of, even excluding the torso. How are we going to move all this? Well, yeah, about your crap with the monorails. You mean 7 times, not 4, you lying little shit. What? How come? It takes 15 minutes for a round trip, and the monorail becomes inactive after 1 hour. There are 2 different kinds of monorail, one for each direction. To go past the ghost house, you need to take the track between Block A and C. Simply said, if you transfer between the two monorails to ride only the track between Block A and C, there's no need for a full round trip. What? So she could just keep... Wow. How did the order and the direction of the monorails go again? Hold on a sec. I had it written down just in case. Ah, here it is. At every hour, the monorail starts at this block and goes along the path of BAC. 5 minutes later, another monorail takes its departure towards the other direction. So if we draw out the timetable... We're wasting time here. Give me that. I'll draw it out for you. Now you get what I mean? The focal point here is starting from 18. Oh, do I need to go any further? You all got it down by now, right? Dude, this is crazy. He's right. By using this method, you can go past the ghost house a total of 7 times. And the last train arrives at Block A exactly by 19. Perhaps Kanade even took this into account when she chose the crime scene. I see. I made a mistake. She's admitting it. So it seems like you'd be able to throw the 7 corpse pieces through the chimney. But what difference does it make? Even with the torso carried by the parade dolls, that still leaves 2 remaining body pieces. Quite a mystery, yes? What happened to those 2 pieces? Just how did I move them? Shut up. Oh my, I'm tired of her, man. I'm tired of her craziness. Can you fit the 2 pieces with the torso inside the parade dolls? Even if the storehouse is a bit far away, I'm sure 6 minutes is enough to manage the 2 additional body pieces. I doubt it. Her torso is quite large and heavy after all. What about the small parts of the body, like the hands and feet? They seem pretty possible. Her hands? Yeah, that's it. The 2 remaining pieces should definitely be the hands. What do you mean? Think about it. Ira saw Hibiki entering the ghost house between 1755 and 1757. That means she used Setsuka's handbook. Which means that she had Setsuka's hand needed to turn the handbook on. Yeah. So the remaining 2 hands were carried by Miss' older sister herself? Wait, hold on. That's right before the parade. Hibiki was disguised as Kanade. She would have had to meet up with us right after, so she wouldn't have even had time to hide the hands. I mean, she had the hands with her when she was with us. That's exactly the problem. If she had them, then we would have definitely noticed them. Finally, some sensible logic. You're most absolutely right. Even if it was my sister that was with you during the parade. Why? Just stop. Her face is so weird, man. No one knows the whereabouts of those hands during that time. Do you finally see the contradictions? No? It might actually be possible. It might actually not be a contradiction. Sora? I have a hunch on where that hand could have been. Sora, perhaps you were under the false impression that you're smart just because you were able to tag along with Saibai's theory. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. You're just a disgusting parasite that's always leeching off someone's ideas and theories. The sheer arrogance in your face. You're one to talk. As if you figured something out on your own. It's disgusting. Would you please just stay out of my sight before I throw up at the sight of your disgusting face? Oh my god. No, Kanade. We'll see who's being arrogant here. This should be Kanade's final line of defense. Break through this and we might be able to end this trial once and for all. Oh my gosh. I just noticed she's getting weaker. Like, when this first started... Oh yeah, those blue things, I gotta shoot them 3 times, dude. They take up so many bullets. She's getting weaker as I break her logic. That's actually a really cool, cool feature. Nice. That is insane! Okay, no, please stop. I don't want to see that, man. Oh my gosh. So you're telling me that because Hibiki doesn't have boobs, she used Setsuga's hands to make boobs? Wouldn't that would not be the right shape. So they would notice, right? they would notice. That doesn't... Her chest. She must have hidden Setsuka's hands inside her clothes, or should I say on her chest. Her chest? Even Hibiki looks identical to Kanade. They're not completely the same, particularly their body shape is different. The Kanade we saw at the parade was identical to the Kanade to the point where it was almost unbelievable that it was actually Hibiki. Then we can assume that she probably used some object to correct her body shape, the hands. But that would... It wouldn't be the same. And you're saying that the objects used were Setsuka's hands? Yes, considering the black plastic bags near the fireplace, they probably used those to carry the corpse pieces. If you wrap the hands with multiple plastic bags and hold it inside your clothes... Oh! That's why... Okay. You can not only carry the hands without suspicion, but also by correcting your body shape. You could even make a small hole in the plastic bag so that your fingerprints would be exposed. So you can open the handbook just by putting it inside your clothes. Using this method, you could even freely use Setsuka's handbook to manipulate the ghost house gate records. I see. If she didn't use the hands to correct her size, there must have been evidence of some other object being used, which there wasn't. But how in the world did you come up with that idea? What Kanade said a while ago gave me inspiration. She said if you put it in your clothes, it would stick out and cause suspicion, right? But it was Hibiki using it to disguise into Kanade, so it would seem natural. In fact, she actually needed the hands to stick out for the disguise to work. Oh my god. Bro, I can't read. Oh my god. Sora, I must say I'm impressed. But do you have any evidence that my sister had those bloody damn hands on her breasts? You just simply wrap it in plastic bags. People would notice even if you just move a little. Evidence that Hibiki used the hands on her breasts. I didn't notice them during the investigation, but that item was probably useless. Which item? Is it the hairpins? Oh, this. No, what? I got that wrong, really? I thought it was the plastic bag she threw away because she didn't need it anymore, right? Or was it the pin? It was the pins? I do have proof, Kanade. There were pins found near the ghost house, presumably used to fix something in place. Oh, we got her. I wondered about its existence during the investigation, but now I know exactly why it was there. Those pins were used to hold the hands and clothes tight by pinning them together. And she threw them away just like that? Girl, are you a genius or an idiot? Make up your mind. That was probably because the older sis needed to quickly undisguise herself before entering the ghost house. Undisguised? I thought Hibiki disguised herself when she was leaving the pool? If the disguise itself was used to carry the hands, why would she suddenly undisguise herself in front of the ghost house? Moron, you have Bubblehead to thank for that. Recall who she was entering the ghost house. Yeah, she was still disguised, but stop calling me Bubblehead. It was definitely Hibiki. I know they're similar, but their hairstyles and hairpins differ after all. For Kanade to make Iroha suspicious, she needed Iroha to witness Hibiki, not Kanade. So she must have thrown away the pins there. Shit, you're done. I don't know anything about that. So when we were watching the parade, we had Setsuka's severed hands right next to us? Yeah, that's gross. That's horrifying. Kanade, we have solved all three of the contradictions you've presented. The monorail's time schedule, the transportation of the body, and carrying the two hands. I don't want to continue this trial any longer. I don't think anyone does. Just please admit to it already. Is she going to? Are we done? Stupid sis. She ruined it all. Oh my god. Giving out a conclusive testimony, throwing away the pins. I can almost laugh at her stupidity. Alright. Yes, I am the culprit. So it was really Kanade? She just gave up like that? Really? So you finally admit to it. If it was just me, it would have been the perfect crime. But trying to use this as an accomplice ended up getting me caught. Ha ha. That's not funny. Hey, don't be disappointed. Have some confidence. You are amazing. Yeah, but you're not the shit. That's what Silent is. there aren't that many people that have smarter brains than you, even in my world. I can guarantee you at least that. You honestly think that'll make me feel any better? That aside, I have something to ask of Kanade. From the looks of Hibiki in this trial, her memory loss was genuine, right? If Sis didn't have that trait, I wouldn't have even tried to use her as an accomplice. Even without any memory, she's this stupid. You would have to be an even bigger idiot than her to use my moron of a Sis as an accomplice while she was herself. How can you say that about your own family? I don't understand. But then... Never mind. You already admitted to your crimes after all. It hurts me to say this, but I think this is the first time that my crime has ever been exposed. What's that supposed to mean? Whatever. What does it all matter now? Let's just end this with our votes. So she's ready to die? Astounding. This class trial was a series of intense battles between you that surpassed any trials before. Honestly, this is the best trial in Danganronpa history. Like, I can say that with confidence, hands down. Like, as the teacher and judge, I must say this was very interesting. Well, now that you've reached the answer, it's time to see if that answer is the truth. Never more would there be a trial like this, but it's time to reach out to the truth. Now then, vote for the culprit with the switches in front of you. Wait, what's going to happen to Hibiki? Will that answer be the truth or not? Now. Kanade is the culprit. Wait. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Wait. Everyone, wait a minute. Don't vote just yet. Whoa, you startled me, Sora. Not this again. What now? Honestly, this trial's been going on for like 3 hours, man. What's the matter, Sora? I was about to push the button. Well, what is the matter indeed? Kanade herself admitted to it. The case had been solved. There shouldn't be anything wrong. But what is this feeling? I can't shave off this feeling that I shouldn't let the trial end like this. What are you talking about? Like, as if some unknown force is behind me. What's this unsettling feeling? Sayobai. What? I want to ask you. He is done with this shit. I want to ask you, as the person who almost single-handedly solved this case, are you sure we're going to be fine if ending the trial with Kanade as the culprit? What? I have no reasons. I don't even know myself why I'm doing this. But I'm not just saying this. I'm serious more than ever right now. Sora, are you alright? You seem a bit weird right now. Honestly, what has happened? I don't think Kanade is the culprit. What? What are you fucking saying? Are you... What in tarnation did his accent's coming out? What the fuck is Sora saying? What? Sora, what are you on about? Even I'm confused right now. Well, the thing is... I'm sorry, I don't know what I was on about. Sora, perhaps the long trial has taken a toll on you. You look tired after all. Right, I mean, the case is basically over right now. What the fuck is she saying? Please, just once more. Let's discuss this just once more. We've missed something. What have we missed? What have we missed? Like, honestly, I feel like we missed something very important. But there's literally nothing else to talk about. What? Although I can't give a good reason, please believe me. I beg of you. What is this, man? Even if you say so. No, do what the girl says. Sayobai, what? I thought it was over as well. But there's something left. We need to discuss that something. I mean, for me, you're basically extending my life a bit, so I don't mind. But as the culprit, I don't know what there is left to do. Is Kanade not the culprit? I don't know, but I know I shouldn't let the trial end this way. Then, I'm gonna trust Sora. Honestly, I can't grasp the reality of this situation. I don't have any memory of Kanade killing Setsuka, and I helped? I don't want to believe any of that. So even if I'm terrified, I'm going to trust Kanade once more. Kanade is my sister. She's also a demon. What is seriously going on with this trial? Sora. You know what? I don't know what's going on, but I'm on Sora's side. Me too. I'm gonna trust Sora. A little more discussion isn't gonna hurt anyone after all. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. I honestly can't understand the logic behind it. I don't either. What the hell is happening? I don't know what I've done, nor do I know if it was the right thing to do. If it was some force other than my own conscience. It's as if some force other than my own conscience was controlling my actions. It might be troubling everyone with a random thought that had no basis. But still, I cannot go against this force. All that's left for me is to follow it. I mean, Saibai agreed that she was right, so I guess this is right? Wow, I forgot we haven't done a scrum debate, dude. Dude, what is happening? Team Lunar. Team Solar. Dude, what is happening? Is Kanade the culprit? She's the culprit. She's not. What is happening? She literally is! Bro, is there a way I can switch teams? I'm the culprit. What more should I need to discuss when I admitted it? Kanade is not the culprit. We must have made a mistake somewhere. We solved every trick. Can't we just let this end? There may be unsolved tricks left. I believe in Sora. What, dude? This is insane. We already finished. There's nothing left to discuss. What is wrong with you guys? We don't know for sure until we actually discuss the matter. It's not like we have any other theories. This is a waste of time. Sora isn't trying to suggest new theories. She's just trying to discuss more about the case. Dude, what the fuck is this? Are you suggesting the involvement of a third party? Then we'd be back to square one. Third party, my ass! Quit your bullshit! Bro, Sayo, bye! Are you suggesting that there was another suspect that even I, the culprit, was unaware of? There are no other suspects. However, we can't let the trial end like this. Trust me. Dude, what is happening? This is fucking insane, man. Okay. Dude, Saibai's rebuttal is actually the best thing I've ever seen in a scrum debate. Quit your bullshit. That's his argument. Quit your bullshit. So what are we gonna do about this? We should listen to what Sora has to say. You know, she's not the type to do this without any reason. About that, I don't know the reason myself. But we should talk about this more. Then maybe we'll get rid of this unnerving feeling. So she just thinks that they got something wrong? She doesn't actually, like... What is happening, dude? What is this? But the culprit has already been exposed. Is there anything left to talk about? Why don't we all have a small chat like the friends we are? Shut up. You know why I agreed with that girl? I also felt that something was off, though I didn't notice it until she mentioned it. We definitely solved all the tricks. The culprit is Kanade. But is that truly all there is to it? It feels like there should be more to this. That kind of feeling. Exactly, Sayabai. I felt that too, like we've missed one last thing. Would you stop sharing that just between yourselves and let us in? Sora said she didn't know why she felt like that, but Sayabai, do you know the reason why? There are two things I felt suspicious about. First, what happened to the missing abdomen of Setsuka? Secondly, why did Hibiki help her sister with the whole affair? The missing abdomen and the reason for the cooperation? Let's talk about the first one. I mentioned about the victim's missing abdomen during the theory a while ago, remember? You said it was because of the difference the wound marks would make based on which hand they used. Kanade was left-handed, and to hide the stab wound, she threw away the torso. Thanks to that info, we were able to suspect her. But where's that abdomen, really? They would have gotten rid of the abdomen as well as some of the intestines. You can drain the flesh bit by bit down the drain, but... Ugh. That's disgusting. But that's not the important part. The important part was that really the only reason? Since you've, kindly admitted your crime, I want to ask you, did you really just get rid of it just for that? Of course, it's what you deduced, remember? From my inspection, the only lefties here were Iraha and me. If I didn't take care of it, it would have come back later to bite me. I did try to abuse this to frame Iraha, but that plan also failed. How could you? Really? Huh? I'm not the type to brag, but I've got an eye for talent. You, a person with that big of a brain, of all people, wouldn't have done things this sloppily. You say that, but in the end, Kanade did choose this method, right? She herself admitted it. If this was done by a spur of the moment, she might have taken this route. But from drugging the bubblehead to rigging the gate record, she definitely planned this way ahead of time. A double-layered trap of framing her own sister as the culprit, and as Plan B, framing Bubblehead. And even after she was busted, she calmly pointed out the contradictions to the theory of her being the culprit. And that same person forgot about the stab wounds, used her left hand, and then took care of it? Wait, what? What? Sorry. I'm sorry, what? I don't understand. She might have not known the difference between the stab wounds beforehand. Have you even been listening? By the looks of her dismemberment skills, she's used to this kind of business. Yeah, I said that earlier. He said like this wasn't their first time doing this, whoever did it. I can guarantee that there was no way a person of this level didn't know about the stab wounds. But she's the ultimate guitarist, not the ultimate murderer. Like, what? Considering her profession, isn't it unlikely that she would have reached that kind of level? If she really did murder Setsuka, she's probably a Void. A Void is a criminal syndicate, so that might be entirely possible. But Sayabai does have a point. The fact that she got rid of the abdomen means that she would have known she would be caught by the left-handed stabber. If she knew that, she could have just stabbed Setsuka with her right hand. Why would she have gone that far through the hassle of getting rid of the evidence? It's just that I only realized it after I stabbed her. As you might have already guessed, the knife used to stab Setsuka was the folding one that's in everybody's room. I stabbed her with my left hand without much of a thought, and then I only realized the potential danger of leaving that kind of evidence. I never imagined that there would actually be someone who would suspect me because of that, but maybe that turned into a reality by you, Sayabai. That's all there is to it. You who planned this whole mindfuck stabbed her without a much thought? Okay, now I know you're hiding something. You definitely would have found another method. Even I can think of many options off the top of my head right now. Using your right hand to create more stab wounds so the stab wounds wouldn't be visible. And repeatedly stabbing her with both your hands so we wouldn't be able to tell which one was the first blow. Are we really continuing this? Do you know what I hate the most? Repeating useless stuff that's already over. Just execute me already. Wait, Sayabai, enough about that. What about the whole second suspicious thing? The reason Hibiki cooperated? We really didn't go over this detail during the trial. But why do you think Hibiki cooperated with her sister in the first place? Because she was, like, in that state of, like, what's it called? She was, like, in a trance state. She couldn't, like, really control herself. She was just doing whatever Kanade told her to. That was not her fault. I don't know. Why did she? Didn't Kanade mention something about the altar? That she believed that sacrificing Setsuka's body would grant her wishes? That is some bullshit. That's right, the motive video. Kanade said that her video featured her parents, right? She helped kill Setsuka to save her parents, even if it meant she bloodied her own hands. Wait, is that really how it went? No, it's not. It's not. Yuki? Even if she really believed that concept and put her body on the altar, that definitely is possible, but that's not all she did, right? She disguised herself, rigged the gate records together with Kanade. Isn't that weird? All she had to do was grant her wish. All she had to do to grant her wish was put each body part on the altar. There was no reason for her to follow the rest of Kanade's plans. You're right. Hibiki wasn't quite herself this morning, granted, but it wasn't like she had lost her mind or anything. Even if seeing Setsuka's dead body made her go mad, this is definitely not normal. Maybe we should think more about this. Maybe we should ask her about this directly. Hibiki, why were you cooperative to Kanade's plans? Even if you ask me, I have no memory of this. I don't know. I don't know what's what. Considering that she's been next to useless in this trial, that would be a waste of time. The trick wouldn't have worked without Hibiki helping Kanade with everything throughout. Why did she agree to all of this? If it succeeded, she would have died, and if it failed, her sis would have died. You're right. Come to think of it, this is pretty weird. Yeah, he is right. He's right, because if Kanade won, Hibiki would die. What would be the point? And vice versa. Culprit is only one person. Hibiki doesn't have any benefit becoming an accomplice. Ah. Sabai? That's it. So that was it. What? Holy mackerel. This one. What the hell, Teria? I got it. A crazy theory that solves all of our questions. What? Really? What is it? What is it? Hibiki, you're also the culprit. What? The culprit's Kanade, isn't it? Did you even hear what I said? I said also. They're not just accomplices. They're both the true culprit. That isn't possible. What? What are you talking about? That is not possible. That's impossible. There's only one culprit according to the class trial rules. It's against the rules for there to be two of them. Since when did the rules say so? What are you saying? That's not possible. It's not against the rules, but it's just not possible. Don't believe me? Pull out your handbooks right now and read Rule 6. Hold on a second. Rule 6. If two murder each performed by different blackens occur consecutively, only the one committed earlier is acknowledged. The part we need to focus on is the consecutive murders. This is considering when there are two different who separately killed two different victims. In the case of two separate blackens targeting one victim, there is no rule specified about it. Wait, then what happens if something like this case happened? If it isn't a special case like Rule 6, normally the person who last injured the victim while they were still alive becomes the culprit. What do you mean by that? To put it simply, let's say Ira stabs Teria with a knife. If I stabbed the dying Teria before his last breath, I would become the blacken that killed Teria. Okay, that makes sense. So it becomes a game of who made the last shot. I see. If there were two separate victim and culprit pairs, the one that took place earlier gets prioritized. But for two killers and one target, the one who made the finishing blow is the culprit. Excuse me? Did you really have to use me as an example? But that means that only one person can become the culprit in the end, right? You still don't get it? If the person who makes the finishing blow takes the name of the blackened, then if two people injure the victim at the same time, they both become the culprit? What? Are you serious? Is he saying that they both stabbed her at the same time? They didn't outright stab her. They knocked her out and stabbed her together at the same time. You're out of your mind. Even if they stabbed her together, there should have been some time difference between them. If one stabbed her just a bit later than the other, then that person would be the sole culprit. Oh, really? Then let's take it to the judge. Yo, Bird. Bird, I prefer to be called Crow. That aside, Rule 6, you said? That was put in there just in case two separate murder cases happened in the span of one day. Imagine the troubles you'd go through of solving two cases in one trial. This is a defense against that. But this case is a bit difficult even for me. They injured the person at the same time indeed. So is it possible or not? Theoretically, yes, but in reality, it's next to impossible. If a murder occurs anywhere, the high-tech sensors of Utsuroshima detect who got hit last down to 0.001 seconds. That's 1,000th of a second. If anyone was even late, even that little late, they would become the official culprit by the records. You see, it's impossible. What? If they get it down to the same... That is not what he said, but okay. Huh? Well, we'll measure it down to... Okay. Alright, man. Alright. Yo, Sayabai, what are you leading up to? The time difference was next to 0 according to the records you're saying. Well, if it was to that pinpoint, then I admit it, they'd both become the blackened. What? Fucking bingo. Are you fucking serious? This guy is... Why didn't they kill him? They didn't think he'd be they didn't think he'd be this smart? Like, what? Wait. That's only theoretically possible, remember? Even if they thought they did it at the same time, there's naturally bound to be some time difference between them. Unless they're machines or something. Nikke's right. I mean, I'm capable of doing everything right. But for my sis, it would be impossible. Huh? Why is the sudden passivity? Why are you hiding something from us? What did you say? It would have been possible for you twins. If my theory is correct, then that was exactly why you couldn't have left the torso be. Of course, I'm not saying this without any basis. The proof that you two can do it with exact timing was ironically provided by Newsy over there. Me? What do you mean by that? You guys remember the interview that Newsy did on the twins back at the second island? How on earth did you remember such a minor thing? How rude. My interviews are never something minor. Of course, I can always remember every detail of my interviews. Even I have it written down. But why do you remember that? That isn't the focus here. Just shut up and listen. If you have it written down, then that's better. Read the part about the secret behind their synergy. Let's see here. Wow. Wait, doesn't this mean... Now you get it? It's not completely an outrageous idea we're dealing with. And they said that comment themselves. Even Kanade affirmed this fact. For these two, it should have been possible for them to use their special sense of beat to stab, simultaneously without any error between them. Then they really did. Bro. What the fuck is this? There's two murderers? Wait, I feel like this was just an exaggerated, playful comment by Hibiki. Logically speaking, this shouldn't be possible for two separate people. This is possible within the bounds of logic, you meathead. Huh? Meathead? I met a lot of people around the world working as a trafficker. There were a lot of weird bunches when it came to twins. Twins who had the exact physical abilities, twins who could reach each other's minds. It's about time I met ones who had identical rhythmic senses. Hibiki and Kanade are identical twins, right? They say identical twins are almost the same down to the genetic level. They usually have the same personality. You know those stories where twins who are separated still lived similar lives when they were apart, right? I see. If this theory were to be true, then that explains the reason they got rid of Setsuko's torso. If they were able to time the stabbing with their rhythmic sense, they must have used their primary hand, and the hand they use when they're playing with the instruments. They probably couldn't risk one of them forcefully trying to use the other hand and failing. That would also explain why they couldn't have made additional stab wounds. Until Setsuko was most surely dead, they had to leave only the stab wounds that they made simultaneously. But because it's a system where the person who last injured the body becomes the culprit, they couldn't have stabbed her after she was dead. Why would they get rid of the torso? No, that's impossible. A stab wound made before and after the person's dead differs in its appearance. If they managed to stab her simultaneously on the first try, they would have then waited for Setsuko to die naturally. That means she died of shock from blood loss, which would have taken a lot of time. They created a stab wound after that period of time. The difference between that and the first one would be soon found. Then someone like me would have questioned it, thinking it suspicious. How exactly can you distinguish the two? Go and read a book about it in the library, dipshit. I was just curious, okay? Why are you gonna be so mean? Man, everyone's picking on her, but she's not helping. Like, damn, Kanade is done. It's starting to lean toward the possibility of them both being the culprit. One more thing, you know what's so scary about that girl? During that very interview, that girl clearly showed distress when her sis was giving out info without any thought. When the first trial started, that girl asked Monokuro about the existence of accomplices. In other words, Kanade was already planning a double blackened murder way back during the first trial. That can't be. Wow, he is just destroying her. Kanade helped us numerous times during the last two trials. That was obviously an act to hide her true self. I myself didn't know what I was dealing with until this trial today. In the end, every decisive testimony, one way or another, all started from your damn foolish sister. You could have just left the stab wounds be, but since I would have been able to tell the difference, but because you were taking that interview into account, you had to get rid of the abdomen. Identically down to the genetic level, eh? Ironic, you two couldn't have been more different. Sayobai. That feeling of discomfort has vanished with your theory. That was it. That was Kanade being the culprit. That Kanade being the culprit wasn't all there was to it. Hang on, if they're both the culprit, then if we didn't just listen to Sora and just voted for Kanade, then we would have all died. Whether we voted for Hibiki or Kanade, we would have been wrong and we would have been punished. So Sora was right in the end. Amazing. How did you think of this? I did nothing. Honestly, Sarubai did most of the heavy lifting. So what the two of them did it together? Is that the public opinion right now? I honestly still have doubts about this, though. I agree. As much as I want to trust everyone, we have no evidence of this claim. Sure, we have no concrete proof. But if this theory were to be true, then we can also explain Hibiki's cooperation. If they both become the Blackened and win, they could both get to escape the island. So Hibiki had an incentive to become an accomplice. She can't even say anything. This is the true ending of this trial. The twins were the true culprits of this case. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, my God. Oh, oh, Sora, do you really think that makes sense? I, and I alone, was the culprit. You really think you're something real special after hearing that disgusting theory from Sayobai? I tried to admit my crime and die peacefully. But it seems like I can't even do that without taking a crack at your damn theory. Open your fucking ear holes and listen. Jeez. Jesus Christ. This is the scariest rebuttal showdown I've ever done, man. Oh my gosh. Dude. Oh my gosh, man. But there are no logical contradictions. Most importantly, if you okay, I can't. It's too fast, man. She is putting up words. Oh, that was it. That was it. Proof? You say there's no proof, dude? This is fucking insane. Obviously, it was impossible from the start. A flawed theory. Let me ask Sayobai himself. Do you have any proof? And you claim to say you know something that even Sayobai is unaware of? Of course not. In the end, it was all just a baseless theory. No, I do have proof. What? After hearing what Sayobai said, I looked through every evidence I found once more. And there was a single evidence that didn't have any place anywhere in his theory. Yet nobody knew what it was for. The bottle of antibiotics near the pool. Antibiotics? I don't recall ever seeing that by the pool. But antibiotics in the pool? That's a pretty weird combination. What was that doing there? We can deduce its use if we combine it with Terria's testimony. Teria, when you testified about the blood packs, didn't you mention another chance in the infirmary? The infirmary? I don't remember that. Oh yeah, the medical kit that. Oh yeah, the medical kit that disappeared for a while, and somebody put it back. Are you talking about that? Medical kit. So, was that bottle from that kit? Well, I checked the inventory of each room 3 times a day, morning, lunchtime, and evening. And the medical kit that was definitely there yesterday had disappeared when I checked the room this morning. I was gonna tell you guys, but it wasn't like it was a murder weapon, and I just assumed somebody needed it as an emergency. Then I saw it sitting back in its place at lunchtime as if nothing happened. So then that means somebody used the medical kit this morning, right? What is this adding up to? What does that have anything to do with the theory we're dealing with? It looks unrelated to me. Yeah, same. As Terry has said, a medical kit can't be used to kill someone. And since we're dealing with a murder, a medical kit is used to save someone. Seems far off from the evidence we're looking for. However, I don't think that's the case. This was an insurance used by the culprit to create a double blackened situation. Insurance? You said that they used their primary hands to stab Setsuka simultaneously without any error, right? As Sayobai called it out, Kanade is an extreme perfectionist. What if they managed to fail the timing? No, they didn't. They were going to use it to heal Setsuka back up if it failed? Wow. She is fucked up. Exactly. Kanade had taken the medical kit with her for that exact reason. Preposterous. How can you know that if you had succeeded or not in the first place? Dude, Monochrome exists for a reason, you know. So they stabbed Setsuka together and called Monochrome to check if it could be accepted as a double blacken murder? Is Monochrome even allowed to tell them that? I mean, there's no reason not to. Telling the Blacken that they are the Blacken shouldn't be a problem, right? Wow, that aside, that bottle was decisive evidence. I never saw that during my investigation. Where the hell did you find that? I just kind of saw it rolling around near the pool. She's done. Bullshit. I never even opened the damn thing. There's no way that I dropped the... Ah! You're done. You shouldn't have said that. What now? Never opened the thing? You should have just said that you never even took it, you idiot. Now you've admitted to yourself that you took the medical kit. You realize that, right, Kanade? No, this isn't... You're making a mistake like that? That wasn't very like you. Was the bottle even being on the ground that nonsensical? That aside, did she just confess it herself? Yeah, she did. She's fucked. There's no... You can't take that back now. Unbelievable. Even if I dropped it, I would have heard it rolling or dropping considering its size. Or at the very least, I would have noticed the weight decrease from the medical kit. I didn't even leave it to Miki. I did this part myself just in case stuff like this happened. Unbelievable. Me making a mistake like this? No way. What rotten luck. It seems like for the first time in this trial, we're able to see you getting truly flustered, Kanade. Well, we don't know the truth if you did or did not open the medical kit in the end. But if you were this surprised by this accident, then for us, I guess it was truly luck from the heavens. Kanade, so I can take that as a yes? That both you and Hibiki murdered Setsuka. Unbelievable. This can't be happening. This doesn't make any sense. This can't be. If you say you still can't admit it, then I'll go over this case from the start. You won't be able to escape us. Wow. I don't know why I read that so fast, so I do apologize for that. Wait. I just realized. My thing is telling me what... I got an ability from Iroha that helps me see what the closing argument is. Wow, that's actually such a cheat code, dude. Alright, I'll just skip to the end. I'll show you guys what it is. Alright, man. This is it. Act 1. Early in the morning, when everyone was still asleep, the culprit was already busy at work. Using the fact that Mikado prepares out breakfast early in advance, they put sleeping drugs in the coffee in Iroha's seat. This was to eliminate any alibi Iroha might have in the afternoon. And when day broke, the culprit began for real as the culprit called Setsuka to the pool. Before they headed to the pool, the culprit took large quantities of blood packs and a medical kit from the infirmary. Since it was already gone by the time Teria checked this morning, this was the only chance they had to take them. Then they arrived at the pool and attacked Setsuka. They didn't kill her just quite yet, but only knocked her unconscious. Immediately after this, the culprit signaled another culprit of this case to the pool. Yes, this was the first time that the two people were both the culprit of a murder. Here, the first culprit handed their handbook to the other culprit over the gates. This was to manipulate the gate records, a crucial trick throughout this case. Oh my god. Dude, I can't speak. I cannot read. I can't speak. What is wrong with me? English is my first language, I promise. The second culprit entered the pool using the handbook they were given. The in records of the first culprit and Setsuka already existed in the gate records of the database. So when the second culprit entered through the gates, the results showed an out record for the first culprit. The second culprit was able to enter the pool without using their own handbook and leaving a record. Next, the two stabbed the unconscious Setsuka simultaneously with a knife. Originally, the one who stabbed later would become the real culprit, even if it was a matter of milliseconds. However, the killers had an extreme sense of rhythm with each other, enough to point its difference was undetectable. That is actually really cool. The fact that they were able to use their talent in this murder Like, each of these murders has had people use their talent in them. Like, Hajime's, he jumped off the fucking tower, and he was fine because he was just that built different. And Emma used her disguise as the ultimate actress. Okay, let me just keep going. I'm stalling. This was because they were the twins that had the ultimate talents related to rhythm. After confirming the fact that they stabbed her at the same time, the first culprit left the pool. Here, they used Setsuka's handbook to make it seem like there was nobody at the pool according to the records. As she was leaving, she also put up a sign that said "Pool sanitation, please do not enter," in front of the pool. This way, no one would enter the pool while they took care of the body. However, the culprit made a huge mistake here. The medical kit that was prepared as insurance to heal Setsuka in the case that they mistimed their stabbing simultaneously. While they were leaving with the new useless medical kit, a bottle of antibiotics had dropped from it. We're not sure how the culprit didn't notice this, but we were able to prove the double black in theory using this evidence. After the culprit left, she re-enters the pool after 3 hours with the tools she needed. The 3 hours were left blank intentionally to frame Iraha in the near future. Once they had the tools, oh my god. Dude, once they had the tools they needed, they began to doing their business for a few hours. And by business, I mean cutting up Setsuka's corpse into multiple pieces. The reason they dismembered her body was to transfer the body to a different place, which I'll get into in a moment. Here, they got rid of the abdomen that had marks that showed two people, one left-handed and one right-handed, had stabbed the body. Once the dismemberment process was over, they cleaned the pool using its tools, and the second culprit disguised as the first culprit. They were twins, so they had a little bit of disguise. So a little bit of disguise was enough to make them completely indistinguishable. To correct their body shape, they put Setsuka's two hands into a plastic bag and pinned it to her chest. They needed Setsuka's hands with them to open her handbook for the tricks they needed to pull off in the future. And by carrying the hands as a disguise, it was like killing two birds with one stone. Because they carried Setsuka's hands with them, they were able to use her handbook freely, just like Emma did. The culprit sent a message to Iraha using Setsuka's handbook. The message called for her to be in front of the Mirror Mansion at 18. This is because of the message that Iraha wasn't able to participate with us during the parade. After sending this message, the second culprit leaves the pool while still disguised. She puts the sign in front of the pool back inside and walks her way to Block A. After arriving at the ghost house, she undisguised herself and enters the ghost house while deliberately getting witnessed by Iraha. By getting witnessed by Iraha, the culprit later used this fact to frame Iraha and make her seem suspicious. However, amidst the rush of changing her disguise, the pins used to hold the plastic bags had dropped on the ground, which were used in this trial as important evidence against her. Entering the ghost house, the culprit ran up inside to cut the wires to the fuse box and cause a blackout. They also put off the fire at the fireplace, though this was because they needed it to be that way for the other culprit to utilize the chimney later on. The blackout itself was so that others wouldn't notice what happened inside the ghost house. A little bit later, the second culprit redisguised herself as the first culprit and left the ghost house to join the rest of us at the parade. Of course, none of us even had thought that the culprit had disguised into someone else. And so the second culprit was able to watch the parade with us without any suspicion. At that time, the culprit was waiting for the monorail at Block C station. They had moved the corpse pieces to the station from the pool prior to the second person heading over to the ghost house. While the second culprit was over at the ghost house, the first culprit was busy with her work as well. Getting rid of the signpost before leaving the pool, and putting the chess piece inside one of the dolls in the Block C storehouse. At 8:10, the culprit heading to the Block A arrives, and the first culprit... Oh god, why'd I do that? The method they used was to throw each body piece through the chimney once the monorail goes past the ghost house, one by one. This method, while seemingly impossible for anyone else, was done with ease by our culprit, and made it seem like the corpse had been teleported inside the ghost house. However, since the ghost house was next to the track that connected Block A and C, they only had 4 chances to throw the body piece, considering the monorail is only active every other hour. It's actually 7. The 7 pieces, excluding the 2 hands and the chest that she stuffed inside the parade dolls, needed to be transferred. She calculated the monorail timetable and went back and forth between Block A and C. Using this method, they had exactly 7 chances to throw the body pieces in 1 hour, and with the culprit's perfect aiming abilities, the transferring was done. Act 5. Dude. After all the body pieces had been safely thrown inside the chimney, she leaves empty-handed and headed to the storehouse. The parade was almost over, and the chess pieces had been delivered to Block A by then. Meanwhile, the second culprit and crew were becoming anxious about Setsuka's absence, and they began a search. Pretending to look for her and heading to the Block A storehouse, the 2 Blackens switch meetups and switch places. The reason the second culprit disguised in the first place was to create an alibi while the first culprit was busy throwing corpses on the monorail. And since that was finished, there was no reason to disguise from then on. I had just finished investigating the ghost house and was leaving without any results. And after confirming that I left, the first culprit signals the second culprit, who was still hiding inside of the storehouse. The second culprit swiftly enters the ghost house with the chess pieces they hid inside the storehouse. Here she uses Setsuka's handbook so that there would be an ID without an out record at the ghost house. After this, they put all the body pieces, including the 2 hands used for disguise, and the pieces inside the fireplace on the altar. Once the setting was complete, they moved the folding screen in front of the entrance to create a separate space and start to flood the place with the blood using the blood packs they had separated. This was to create the illusion that the crime scene was the ghost house, and the culprit dismembered the corpse behind the folding screen. They created a huge trail of blood leading up to the altar, and spread some on the altar as well for good measure. After all this was done, the culprit deliberately dropped her hairpin on the altar, and sent everyone a message using Setsuka's handbook. The message had to vaguely remind everyone of the ghost house, and was used to call everyone to that place. Then they hid in the space behind the folding screen, waiting for the others to arrive. As we arrived, we followed the trail of blood up to the altar without any suspicion, and ultimately entered the altar, where we found the body of Setsuka. And this was how the 2 culprits managed to move the body and fool everyone. The cruel killers, who didn't just murder Setsuka, but cut up her body into pieces. Yes, the culprits who committed this atrocity of a crime. Well, it was more of like just Kanade, who manipulated Hibiki. Dude, Kanade and Hibiki, the ultimate guitarist and ultimate vocalist. It was you 2. Dude. Are you still gonna defend yourself, Kanade? Hibiki, it's the same for you. You might not have memory of it, but the results of this trial shows the fact. The fact that you are also the one who killed Setsuka. No, that can't be. I'm innocent. I couldn't have killed Setsuka. Yeah, this is a dream. This all has to be a dream. Kanade could never kill someone, let alone me. Wake up, Hibiki. Oh my. Hibiki, I'm afraid this is not a dream. Whether you remember it or not, you've committed a murder and lost the trial. If the answer we've deduced is true, you will soon be dead. Dude. What? Die? Me? But that's a bit weird. I haven't done anything. Come on, guys. Kanade, say something to me. Say something to them. We could never actually kill someone, right? Right, Kanade? Don't just stand there, please. Dog, this is too much. Help me, like you've always done, like when we were young. Sis? When something bad happened, you were always there to take care of it. I'm sorry. If I was being harsh to you, I apologize for everything. Just help me. I honestly forgot she was bossy. But it's actually revealed that, you know, Kanade is actually the real demon of the two. Dude, this is still really fucked up. Kanade ultimately lost the trial. Even she can't help you in this situation. Dude, nah, man, this is not it. Let me out. I'm gonna break open this door. Now, Hibiki, the trial is still in session. Bro, what? Shut up, Monocro. Oh my god. Let me go home. I hate it here. Bro. I need to save my parents. I'm so sick of this place. Let me out. Just let me out. Hibiki, she left her podium. Hibiki, calm down. You think you should calm? She just got told she's the murderer and she's about to die. You think she can calm down? I wonder, does that girl have any mental disorder? What? I've been keeping an eye on her since she was a suspect during the trial. But something's off with that girl. I mean, the younger sister's a crazy bitch for sure, but the older sis isn't as far off as I can tell. This is a warning. If you do not return to your seat, you will be— Shut up. Shut up! Kanade? Sis? What? I have no way to run, right? If you can't avoid it, enjoy it. Enjoy what? It is tragic that my plan has failed. But if I get to see my sister's most despairful dying moments while I die, that doesn't seem that bad of a death. What? You've won. We were the culprit of this case. There is so much wrong with her. Like, so much. I'll take a B. It's good that you resolved everything, but this silence. Now that you've reached an answer for real this time, it's voting time. For real this time. I swear, if it gets interrupted again, I'm going to quit the job. Please quit! So we can all go home. Anyways, vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you. Since the answer you've deduced is a double culprit, which is the first time which is a first in Danganronpa history, I've specially prepared a panel marked twins in the voting screen just for this occasion. You truly believe that the two of them are the culprit, vote for that panel, capiche? Now, will that answer be the truth or not? Now, Saibai goes, wait! Oh my gosh, dude, this is insane. It was right. Wow, man. What a trial. Y'all were not joking around. Dude.
Cool.
The real culprit who murdered Setsuka was Hibiki and Kanade. Correct, you got them both right. So they're both the culprit. To be honest, when they stabbed them together, I had a hard time deciding on what to make of it. A class trial is a system by definition that while multiple victims can occur for one case, no two students can be the culprit. However, I replayed the clip countless times, and no matter how you'd look at it, they stabbed her simultaneously. Even the computer couldn't detect the time difference. Wow. I had no choice but to admit it. In this killing school trip, the rules are absolute, and this case did obey the rules. My most honorable praise for the twins is they found a loophole in the rules and used their talents to pull off a feat truly impossible. I was confident I would win this trial. You would have lost if you voted for my sis, and that result wouldn't have changed even if you voted for me. Whoever you had voted for, I was going to be safe. So why did you make such a big deal about it? I even had a backup plan of framing Iraha. But for this plan to fail, I truly did not expect this to happen. Seems like I underestimated both Sayobai and Sora. She's right, we contributed nothing to this trial. If it wasn't for those two, honestly, I was mentally prepared for Sayobai. I can estimate the threat level of a person immediately from first go. Bro, their power level. I can estimate a person's power level just by looking at them. I don't even need a scouter. Alright, I'll stop. And ever since our first encounter, I always have been cautious of you. But Sora, what are you? Okay, that's a bit rude to ask someone. What are you? You have nothing special to boot, and you can't even remember your own talent? How is someone like you able to win against someone like me? Maybe if you weren't such a pretentious bitch, you'd understand that I'm the protagonist. So, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you that. I'm sorry. Sorry, what really is your talent? I want to know too. That's what I want to know. You twins, answer me. Why in the world did you murder Setsuka? Why is he so mad about it? Did he? What? Nikke? What's wrong? I thought you didn't care about whether we died or not. Well, I do have an idea why you're acting like that. What's that supposed to... Forget it. It's not like I'm going to tell you anyway. That aside, you asked why we killed Setsuka, yes? Kanade I can understand maybe, but Hibiki was very intimate with Setsuka. Why did Hibiki help murder Setsuka? Don't you get it, big bro? They're voids, both of them. Obviously, that's the only logical reason. It happened last time and the one before. If that is true, if they're both voids, I honestly forgot about the voids. Like, that's how good this game is. I forgot there were voids. I forgot there were people who were, you know, bad guys along with Mikado. But, if they are both voids, how is the story going to progress? That wouldn't make sense. No one else would kill. We're trying our best to harmonize and survive, and they're trying to ruin it. Then the two of the twins were both voids? Is that really how it is? Speak up, Hibiki and Kanade. Were the two twins the voids? Was that again the reason that this murder had to happen? We have 3 void survivors if we include Mikado. The 2 of them are voids. We now know the identity of all 5 voids. And just when we were waiting for the twins to answer. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt this, but... Don't speak another word. Just shut... He's gonna tell you! You shut up! I haven't even told you what I was gonna say. You're being especially rude to me today, Teria. Well, I do have some important news. The thing is... So they're not voids, those 2 twins. What? Yeah, they're not. What do you mean? Why are you the one to decide that, you little... No, he's absolutely right. The twins have no relation with us voids. I told you it'd be too easy. Huh? But the voids were supposed to murder each... Seems like you're confused because the previous murders were all committed by voids. But the voids are simply there for Plan B. I have repeated myself countless times. Anyone can become a murderer. I can tell that at a glance. The voids, up until now, strictly did things by the rules. They wouldn't dare do something this vague, whether it's on the rules or not. And that is exactly why I feel very complicated about this. Where was my poor void fellow when they were supposed to kill this time? What? But that means they killed someone when they weren't even a void? Why? If they weren't a void, what was the reason? It's because they wanted to escape. Ah! That's right, Yuki. We made a mistake thinking it was trivial that a void was always going to be one to murder us. That was a motive for every one of us this time. There was a motive for every one of us this time. The motive videos that Mikado gave us. That's right, even I had forgotten about it. The Blackened of this case gets not only to escape this island if they win, but they also get to know the ending of their motive video. The motive video I saw didn't affect me in any way, but for the others, things were different. It even came up during the class trial. Hibiki and Kanade said that their parents were in trouble in their motive video. That was their motive for this murder. Dang it, I should have been more careful. I was so focused on the voids that I forgot about something more important. Kato, this is all because of you, forcing us to murder each other with motives or whatever. I'll never forgive you. Excuse me? It wasn't really like that. What? What do you mean it wasn't like that? I said I didn't do it necessarily for those stupid videos. My sister could have done it for her parents, but to be honest with you, I couldn't care less about those things. Those things? What? You're calling your parents things? Those things? But they're your family. My sister is the only family I've got. And you said it yourselves during the trial. I've been planning a double blackened murder ever since I heard about the rules of the class trial. The motive videos were distributed just yesterday. How could those things be the motives for our murder? Then why did you do something as horrible as killing someone? I don't know where to start. Oh, everyone, take a look at Hibiki here. Let's start from there. What? What about Hibiki? What is going to happen? Don't you think something's off about her? Hibiki? She's too traumatized to even do anything. Hibiki, you're still a part of this. Speak up. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? She's not alright, clearly. What the fuck? Guys, what is happening? The hell? Kanade? Everyone, meet my lifelong project and the motive for this murder. So what do you think? What do I think? What the fuck is wrong with you is what I'm thinking. What nonsense is that? I can't keep up with all this. You still don't get it? I'll tell you everything one by one. Hibiki, hand. What the fuck? Do a backflip. Guys, what the fuck am I playing? That scared me. Say you love me with a smile. I love you, Kanade. Oh, this is horrifying. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. What is this? What's going on? Hibiki? Hibiki, wake up. Hibiki. It's not gonna work. It's no use. Hibiki and the Sneak can only listen and react to me. What did she do to her own sister? How did you do it? Hypnosis? Mind control? Repeated trauma? So that's what you meant by that. No wonder the little shit's actions didn't make sense. Sabai, do you know what's going on? How can I put this? The culprit of this case wasn't Kanade and Hibiki, but more like Kanade and Kanade. Yeah. What do you mean? Speak some sense. Why the hell are you always shouting at me? Trial's over, so I'm not going to give two shits about you. Ask the girl herself. So, don't you all agree that my precious toy is adorable? What the fuck? Kanade, would you please kindly explain what's going on here? It's my pleasure. We're gonna die anyways, after all. If we're gonna talk about this, everything started way back when we were young. We're identical twins, 10 seconds apart from each other. Oh, that must have been awful. I can't remember if... Okay, I'll just shut up. Let me just read. I can't remember if I knew it instinctively when I was born, but I realized something when I was around 3 or 4. That I was better than Hibiki in every way. You realized that when you were 3 years old. Are you for real? Are you talking about your talents? Everything. Talent, personality, skills, or what? Yeah, no, your personality sucks. It fucking sucks. I'll tell you that much. But as I realized that, Hibiki must have also realized she was the lesser of the two. And ever since she acknowledged that when we were young, she had been abusive towards me, yeah. As I was too young at that age, I didn't object to her actions. And I ended up giving in to her. Then one day, her mother told my sis to play with me for a change. But Hibiki back then loved Shiro so much that she replied she loved Shiro much more than me. Wow. And those words hurt a lot, especially as a kid. Shiro? Who's that? A puppy we used to have as children. A small, kind, white teacup poodle who was really friendly with people. I don't like where this is going. Even when I was being abused by Hibiki, I still loved Hibiki. I thought of her as family and wanted to get along with her. So why does that exclude your parents? But when I heard Hibiki liked some puppy more than me, I don't like where this is going. I felt an uncontrollable wave of jealousy. So I recall you saying you're perfect in every way. I don't think that falls under perfect. As long as Shiro was alive, I was never gonna get closer with Hibiki. That was when I decided to get rid of it. Dog, I don't want to read this anymore. This is genuinely like unsettling. Like actually. Get rid of it. What do you mean? What do you think she means? What do I mean? I literally got rid of it. She killed the dog. The next day when I was alone at home, I butchered Shiro with a kitchen knife and threw it away down the drain? What? 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 You're kidding me, right? As small and wretched that thing was, it was still a creature of life. That meant I had to cover a lot of things to not get found out, but somehow it all seemed easy. Probably because I was a genius. Or because you're fucked. You're mentally fucked up. After a while, poor little sis was frantically searching for Shiro, but alas, she wasn't able to find it. Of course she wasn't able to. Oh my god. This music is not helping. What remained of it was probably indistinguishable from sewer sludge by then. Jesus fucking Christ. So you killed your sis's favorite dog to get friendly with her? Like hell that would work. You're out of your mind. I know. As soon as I realized I did something wrong, I did feel a bit guilty. A bit? Only a bit. Only a bit. What the fuck? But the reaction Hibiki showed afterwards soon got rid of any afterthoughts I had. Instead of bullying me again for the loss of her puppy, as I expected, she started to cry in my arms. So you just killed, what? I can't comprehend this. This is, Kanade, help me, what should I do? She cried. And that face of hers back then was the face of an angel more precious and adorable than anything I had ever seen. Even Shinji's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Since then, Hibiki turned into an extremely passive and weak state whenever she was mentally backed into a corner. And each and every time that happened, she cried to me for help and depended solely on me. That was when I started to train my little Hibiki. Train? Unbeknownst to Hibiki, I had schemed multiple mental shocks for her in secret. All high and mighty abusing her little sis by the day. But in reality, she was being mentally tortured by her own sister. Dude. Being mentally weak, Hibiki in her shocked state cannot even remember what happens afterwards. And now even the innocent ignorance of her abusing her little sister without knowing anything about what happens off stage is so lovely that you got some weird fetishes. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Like, what? She's also a psychopath. Like, what? And that's how I slowly but surely modified Hibiki to my taste ever since I was young. What the fuck? What is this? I've tried out numerous methods, but the best one is to eradicate Hibiki's most precious person. Like with Shiro, every time Hibiki made a close relationship with someone, I got rid of them one by one. Ayumi, her best friend during grade school, got kicked from the top of the stairs and now she's stuck in the hospital, paralyzed for the rest of her life. What the fuck? The nerve of that girl. Your sister feels sort of creepy, so we should keep away from her. Rightfully so. Rightfully fucking so. Are you fucking kidding me? Bro. This girl is worse than Junko. This girl is worse than Junko. She is nothing compared to... Junko is nothing compared to her. Sorry, I said that backwards. What? Oh my god. This is so messed up on so many levels. Honestly, that bitch deserved it and more. Our middle school homeroom teacher that Hibiki had a crush on, I gave him an extra dose of muscle... That's not even his fault! An extra dose of muscle relaxant and buried him on a hill near the school. That's not his fault! He died for no reason! That pedophile pervert must have had indecent thoughts toward my... What? So that was an act to save her from him. Even after we started our band, there was a recording engineer, makeup contract coordinator, our manager. I got rid of each and every person connected to Hibiki. And now even the slightest of hardships will cause Hibiki to turn weak. She's more dependent on me than ever. Wait, so you're basically saying that Setsuko wasn't your first victim? No way. Unbelievable. Yo, what's your body count? Oh, I don't keep track of everyone I kill. Like, oh, 60? 60! How is she not caught? How is she not in a prison right now? What the fuck? 60 people? You win. You crazy motherfucker, Sayobai. What the fuck? I mean, it has come to a point where I literally just get rid of anyone acquainted with Hibiki. How in the world did you not get a... Yeah, thank you for asking that question. Well, it's either because I was too perfect or because the cops are too stupid. My bet is on both. Well, if you were really perfect, you would have won this trial, but you didn't. So, you can stop that. That's why I told you this was the first one that actually failed. How do you kill this many people and get caught this one time when your life actually depends on it? Is Sayobai really that smart? Or Sayobai and Sora really the ultimate combo that fucked her plans? God damn. Is that why you killed Setsuka? Because she was friendly with your older sis? It didn't have to be Setsuka, so long as that person was the one most intimate with Hibiki. Though she did get on my nerves, to be honest. Oh my god. Anything that could help Hibiki recover from her mental state must be eliminated. Bro, we had a rat with us this entire... Not even a rat. We had a subhuman, degenerate piece of garbage in our group. This fucked up with us every day. We had no idea she was this fucking insane. What the fuck, man? She might as well be the ultimate fucking murderer. Like, what's her talent? The ultimate guitarist? Bro, that's a cover-up. Like, honestly, why? For what reason? Why are you so obsessed with Hibiki? Reason. How about I ask you a question instead? Do people need a reason to love? That is not love. That is not love. I love Hibiki. If you could have your loved one all to yourself, anyone would have done the same. No! No one would have done the same. Because people are not like that. You're crazy. You're insane. I can't even hear another word from you. You don't deserve any sympathy whatsoever. Go to hell, honestly. Hold on a minute, Kanade. How does this story relate to Hibiki acting like a puppet right now? Oh, I forgot about that part. I guess it was around that time I made sushi out of our coordinator? When Hibiki realized the coordinator she was close with had gone missing, she came to me, crying. But something was different. She was bawling like usual, then suddenly, her eyes lost focus and she didn't show any human reaction. What the fuck? And when I spoke out to her, she started to do exactly everything I told her to. No complaints, no reactions, like as if I was controlling a game avatar. Bro, what? I don't think I can ever understand. Bro, please stop. This is very uncomfortable. This is making me very uncomfortable. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't think a game has done this to me in a very long time. Like, probably a year. Afterwards, whenever Hibiki's mental state took a certain amount of damage, she turned into a puppet like this. It only lasted for a short time, the first time around, but in time it lasted longer and longer until now I can just switch it on and off whenever I order her to. What the fuck, man? From that day onwards, my training goal for Hibiki had completely changed. If I previously trained her to only look towards me, I now trained her to be the perfect puppet. My final goal was to make Hibiki my very own puppet all the time, regardless of her mental state. If we had escaped this island off of Setsuka and maybe killed one or two more, I could have achieved that dream. What a waste. That's what you're concerned about. I mean, I see. So that's why Sayabai said the culprit was Kanade and Kanade again. Even he's stumbling on his words. Yes, he's the mastermind, but he can't even comprehend how fucked up she is. If you're making the main antagonist of the game, like, stutter, bro, you're impeccable. Like, you deserve a medal. Kanade used this to Hibiki so that her sis could act as a duplicate and commit the ultimate perfect crime. When did it all start? When did Hibiki start acting like this? Was she already in this state when we met her this morning? No, she still retained herself back then. Throughout the Skilling School trip, I was looking for the perfect opportunity. The point where Hibiki's mentality reached the threshold. And through that motive video of our parents getting attacked, I knew it was time. So I just executed my plan that I had prepared. Your plan? Now that I've already been revealed, there's actually one more place that I used the blood packs for. What? As you have deduced, I woke up early and called Setsuka to the pool. Then I ambushed her from behind and knocked her out. And then I poured blood all over her unconscious body to make it look as if she was dead. Why do such a gross thing? Because that was the trigger that would turn Hibiki into a puppet. Wow. You're going to hell. Bro, you have a spot saved for you In the deepest depths of hell, bro. Like, bro, she might as well be Satan herself. Itself. She might as well be Satan. This girl, I don't even want to call her a girl. This thing, bro. I don't even have words. I don't have words. I immediately called Hibiki out to the pool and made her enter the place using my handbook. Our innocent Hibiki entered the pool and soon witnessed the fake crime scene. How would you react if you had watched a disturbing video of your parents getting attacked the night before, only to see the bloody corpse of your best friend? As the person who controlled her mental state for years, I knew just how much mental damage it took for her to become my little puppet. I feel disgusting even reading her lines. Like, bro, they're like, oh my god. The consecutive loss of your precious ones. The scream that my sis yelled. I still, So when Saibai said the amount of blood used at the ghost house seemed a lot less than the amount of blood packs taken, that was the actual reason why. How could you? Bro. Controlling someone as you please, and she's even your family. You think she understands basic reasoning? How was I supposed to make stupid Hibiki cooperate with the plan if I didn't take control over her? She wasn't going to agree on killing someone in her normal state in the first place. This was all for Hibiki. She did want to leave this island after all. But that was all ruined by you people. Does Hibiki know any of this? Of course not. Hibiki loses most of her memories when she regains her sanity. So it'd be next to impossible for her to know this. So she's gonna die not knowing anything. Is she gonna get executed too? But Hibiki still cared about you and loved you more than anyone. Kanade, as a human being and as family, she's not a human being anymore. You really are the worst. Call me whatever you want. People come in different shapes and sizes after all. That's your excuse for the things you've done? I didn't really expect you to understand me anyway.
Nah.
Yo, crazy girl. Not that it matters now, but let me ask you a question. You admitted to your crimes towards the end of the trial, right? Wouldn't someone as smart as you have been able to find another way out back then? Now, what nonsense is he on about? Feels a bit weird, like we didn't win for real, but she gave it to us. I wouldn't have been able to guess the double blackened part without Albino Girl. You might have had a shot at winning the trial. I'd rather keep my dignity than struggle till I went down ugly. When the double blackened murder had surfaced, it was already game over for me. Moreover, despair. I honestly didn't have any regrets with my life. Really? Really now? I already played with my sister to my heart's content. You can leave. You can die. I don't want to see you anymore. Of course, escaping this island and being together with a completely puppified Hibiki does sound tempting. But nothing. Not just any despair. The one moments before death. The one that she'll take to her deathbed. Is she really gonna get executed for something she didn't even have any memory of? One gripe. Dude, I don't want to read her lines. Making it uninteresting. Just imagining what poor sis will look like when she comes to the realization of what's coming for her. Yo, Albino. Are you talking to me? Do something about this, will you? This girl's too crazy for even me to handle. Thank you. Wait, no, not thank you. What? No. Help me. What? You're good at stuff like this, right? What do you mean by... But when I looked around, everyone was silently looking away from Kanade. Everyone, including Mikado? That is insane. And rightfully so. Her story seemed out of the world, even for me. A story from a fantasy world, one that was too insane for us to even comprehend. A degenerate who makes you want to just throw up from the fact that you're breathing the same air as her. That was the true identity of Kanade, a person whom we once thought of as our friend, as our classmate. But the worst thing was that she wasn't even over just yet? What? I guess then, now we can proceed to our finale? Huh? Oh, wait just a moment, Monokura. I forgot to mention, I found this while rummaging through her pockets. Would you care to explain what that is? This is a note I found inside Setsuka's pockets when I killed her. I was so busy that I didn't have time to read the details, but the fact that she had it on her body probably means that it contained an important message for us, right? Setsuka, read it now. Hold on. This? Why? What does it say? She's not gonna tell us. Why would she tell us? Well. Wow, do I feel bad for you guys. What? Would you just tell us already? She's not gonna say anything. Mikado, you sure you'll be alright? What? I'm not following you. Well, it's just that voids. Well, you guys have a tough road ahead as well, huh? Kanade, what does the note say? This is a will written by Setsuka. A will from Setsuka? It seems like, in case she was killed, she kept track of all the information she learned. Information? I don't recall Setsuka ever telling us about that. Why would she tell anyone about that? She must have discovered something. I don't know why she didn't tell us sooner, but she must have found something big. That's what she was going to tell us, and then Kanade killed her. Come to think of it, she was acting weird ever since we arrived on the third island. You're right, she did talk something was up back when the motive was revealed as well. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys. I've been talking for 3 hours now, so it's just, my voice is starting to lose itself. This is really big news. Can you just tell us what it says? She kept this to herself? So what does it say? Just tell us. She's not gonna tell us. She's gonna eat it or something. I'm so sorry for this, but where did she have a lighter? What? I'll be taking this as a keepsake to my grave. No! Setsuka's will! Put it out! The info... Bro! We're too late. A note as small as that burns out in a matter of seconds. You... What the hell do you think you're doing? The note contains incredible information. Amazing scoops that could be really damaging for Mikado. But what does that have to do with me? I'm about to die after all. I'll leave this and everything up to you. Were you expecting a silly and dramatic ending like that? Unfortunately, I'm not that good of a person. Rather, I despise each and every one of you. You ruined my perfect plans of escaping this island with Hibiki. Yes, this is my petty revenge for losing the class trial. An adorable tantrum by me, if you will. That's not adorable. I hate to break it to you, but... No, it turned to ash. Oh god, no, please. You're being awfully persistent, Yuke. Boy, do I wonder why you're acting like that. You little... Why does she keep picking on her? Yoriko, calm down. Violence is against the rules. Now I can finally die without any regrets. You are really a piece of shit, huh? Let's go, Monocro. I'm sure you've prepared a wonderful fitting execution for Hibiki. Now, hold on. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but there's still some things left to do. Wow. Even Monocro doesn't know what to say. Feel forgotten? The Black end of this class trial had the right to know the ending of their motive video, regardless of the results. Oh yeah, the execution comes after that. Honestly, I couldn't care any less. Let's just skip to the good part and get to the execution. What? You may feel that way, but Hibiki begged to differ, don't you think? This class trial acknowledges both of you as Blackings. So obviously, she has the right to see her videos ending. Coincidentally, you two have the same motive video, so I'll just have to play one. I see. Poor sis. Guess it wouldn't hurt to let her know what happened to her parents before death. Sis, wake up. Come on. Look up and focus your eyes on me. You're returning to your own self again. Wow. Now. Dude. Kanade? Is this the trial grounds? Sis, we're gonna be executed, but before that... You don't just tell someone that! They're gonna show us the motive video as a prize for being the Blackened. Come on, why don't we watch it before we die? Die? Me? Don't you remember? You and I killed Setsuka. We lost the class trial. No, that can't be. I would never... Why would I get executed when I did nothing wrong? Please don't. I don't want to die. Hibiki, come on, don't cry. You're not a baby now. She's about to die! Come on, look at the screen. As procedure, it is required that you watch this video. Wait, why am I the one consoling her? Sis, aren't you curious about who really attacked Mom and Dad? At least we got the chance to know who did it. Or would you rather die now without knowing what happened? Well, she doesn't seem like she's fine, but, well, I'll start the video. Don't kill me. Wow. Why would you? What? They're already dead! What the fuck? The huge screen over our head showed us a video of a couple looking to be around their mid-40s or 50s getting stabbed repeatedly by someone. The man seemed like he was already dead with blood spewing out of his throat like a fountain. At least we got the chance to know who did it. Falling out as she pleaded for her life. No, Mom, Dad.
Oh yeah.
This video is the first-person perspective recording from the very person who murdered the twins' parents. Being recorded on a cheap camcorder, the quality isn't quite something to write home about, but I can't watch any longer. This is too horrible. Monochrome, Mikado, who really are you guys? We'd all like to know. How did you get the footage of the twins' parents getting murdered? No, not just that. Even the motive videos. How did you get your hands on those? Well, do I really need to answer that? Huh? What? Wait a minute. Now for the climax. The identity of the assailant will now be revealed. I'm sure you're more curious than ever, dear Kanade and Hibiki. So let's find out who done it. I'm so confused. Whew. The person after murdering the couple was breathing heavily as they looked around. It was as if they were looking for something. The video wandered from place to place until it stopped at a full-body mirror at the corner of the dark room. And in that mirror, the reflection showed us who the mystery assailant was. She killed her own parents. Are you fucking serious? It's hot in here. You have blood all over you. The person in the mirror, the person who savagely murdered Hibiki and Kanade's parents, was Hibiki herself. Or was Kanade herself? I said Hibiki. What? Was Kanade herself? What? Kanade? What's going on? You even killed your own parents. What the fuck? You're kidding me, right? Kanade, tell me it's not true. It was you? You killed Mom and Dad? How? I trusted you all this time. So then what's... Mikado, would you care to explain this video? I never murdered my parents. Sure, that is definitely our house, but I never did such a thing. Granted, I did plan to murder my parents, eventually as a finale to my Hibiki puppet plan. But I had decided now was too early. I don't know the exact details as Monochrome is the one controlling most of this killing school trip. But I can say for sure that both this video and the videos that everyone received are not made up in any way, shape, or form. I swear it's true in my magician's oath. What? So then what the fuck happened? Nobody gives a shit about your oath, so that doesn't sound too convincing. I get that you're angry, but stepping on my pride like that? Wait a minute. What? I don't like that sprite. So that's it. That's how it was all along? Amazing. I never would have guessed. What a twist. What's up with her? What is she talking about? Wow, that's a shame. For real. What a shame. To not see the aftermath of this after getting to know such a big secret. And that's where the video ends. It seems you've realized something, Kanade. Oh, don't you worry. I won't spoil anything for the rest of you. Hibiki and I will take this secret to our graves. Students, I know this isn't the time to interrupt, but it is already past midnight. The trial is almost over. You all need to get a good sleep for tomorrow, right? No one cares about that. Oh my god. Come on, sis. It's finally time for the finale. Dude. No, don't you come any closer, you monster. She's not a monster, bro. She's something. Something else. I don't want to die. Why should I be the one to go? I didn't do anything wrong. Now, I've prepared a very special dude, this is the most undeserved execution. I mean, besides Kaede, but for the ultimate vocalist, Hibiki, and the ultimate guitarist, Kanade. Get away from me! Somebody help! We can't. For this case, since there were two blackened, we're gonna have the same execution for both of you. Sora, help me! Oh. This does not feel right at all. Now let's do this. It's punishment time. Bro, I don't want to play this game anymore. Oh my god, what is this? The twins have been found guilty. Time for the punishment. She's shivering. Melody, rhythm, final death concert. Please run, run, please. No. Oh my god, get off her! Oh my god. What?! That girl died laughing. What the fuck, man? She really is one scary girl. Hibiki and Kanade were executed. The third class trial, the third execution. And so, another two have left us. Even though the execution had ended, nobody spoke a word. Of course no one said anything. What do you say to that? Perhaps it was because Kanade rattled us till her very last moment? Or maybe after the 3 repeated defeats by the despair that is reality. We had lost even the strength to open our mouths. But to me, as of now, I had no way of knowing. Saobai, where are you going? What? We're finished, right? We're free to leave now. And don't speak to me. Back then, that was only because we had a mutual goal. That was the class trial. Now that it's over, don't bother me again. Capiche? Wow. Damn it. Kanade was a human degenerate that deserved to die. But Hibiki... If what Kanade said was true, that Hibiki was merely used in this case by Kanade. I should have done something, anything, so that this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Damn it. Ike. Kanade, what a person she was. Now that's a person who I call worthy of being a void. Wow, that's what you have to say? I really do hope that the other remaining two learn a thing or two from her. Are you for real? That's what you have to say. I honestly don't have the strength to yell at you. Just leave us be. Oh dear, did I hurt your feelings? Well, I'm terribly sorry. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. But yes, as Monokuro said, it has become terribly late. And Shinji, you're right. We should all go take a rest. If you ask me, I don't feel quite good about this. Well, although for a different reason. Well then, if you'll excuse me. Teleports, yep. Let's think positively, everyone. Seria's right. We're better off not having someone like Kanade among us. I mean, really, living together with a criminal like that? No thank you. Hibiki, well, she was pretty unlucky to have someone like Kanade as her family. I thought you liked Kanade, Iraha. That you depended on her for class trials. That was before I knew she was a total maniac. But no worries, we have Sora and Saiba on our side, and all we have to do is prevent any murders from now on. So please, let's all smile. You think this is funny? What? Don't you get what kind of situation we're in? There was a murder, and we've been pulled through all that shit to win the class trial when the culprit wasn't even a void. We didn't get to know what Setsuka had investigated, and there's still 3 voids left. There were 16 of us when we started, now there's 9 of us left. That's almost half of us gone. And you're saying that we should think positively? You didn't have to say it like that. I just wanted everyone to feel better. Like hell we would. We literally have no hope at all now. Yuki, please don't take it out on Ira, and calm down. We all feel the same. He has a point, though. Bro. Huh? What? You said that you wouldn't let anyone die from now on, right? Well, now there's 3 more dead bodies to add to the count. Try harder next time. Well, are you fucking kidding me, Yuki? Really? Yeah, leave. Yuki. Why is he like that? Why is everyone bullying me? Iraha, would it kill you to read the mood for once? Honestly. Like, I know she was trying to help, but that was not... She should have just been quiet. But, I'm sorry. Shinji, why did you let Yuki act like that? Because he's right in every way. I didn't keep my promise. No wonder he's acting like that. I'm such a loser. Sora, why are things turning out this way? What did we do to deserve all this? I'm just so tired.
Nah.
Don't worry, guys. Teria? I'll find a way out. I'm an executive at the Kisaragi Foundation. The Foundation, no matter what, never lets despair get away with things. I will protect you, at whatever it may cost. Whatever it may cost. After Teria left, those of us remaining one by one managed to drag our bodies out of the trial grounds. Yoriko, who couldn't stop her tears. Ara, who looked somewhat nervous. Shinji, who looked to be deep in thought. No one spoke a word in the elevator back up to the monocruise. This was a class trial more tiresome than ever. And it looked like it was going to get only harder from now on. What are we supposed to do? I had no idea. For now, my tiresome body had given up on everything, and I decided to give in to this wave of sleep. Iraha? Are you there? Over here. She's a void! Why are you startled? Do you have something to confess? No! No, man! No! Mikado! What's up? Why did you call me so late at night? What's up? What is up? I'll tell you what's up, you little stupid brat. Iraha, are you even aware of the fact that you're a void? It was your turn last time. Emma stealing your spot? That I can understand. The corrections were made in the end, after all. But if you ruin everything one time, you're supposed to make it up the next time. There were supposed to be 2 victims this case, a double murder, you hear me? But let's talk about what actually happened. Let's see, the cases weren't similar, and to top it off, 2 Blackens? How are you going to take responsibility for all this? Well, when I found Setsuka's corpse, I thought to myself, well, it seems Ira's finally pulling her own weight. I even marveled at your wits when the trial panned out as if you were the murderer. But what the hell is this outcome? I honestly couldn't have ruined things like this badly even if I tried. Tell me, what did you accomplish on this island? Well, I was gonna do something, but Kanade acted too quickly that I feel really bad for her, even if she is a void. I don't know what her reasons are, but no one deserves this. I don't want to hear excuses, you useless trash. I even gave you a tidbit before the motive reveal. You probably weren't even paying attention, were you? Are you making fun of me? Answer me. Why do you think I included someone as useless as you in our team? I told you before, you're just here to fill up the numbers. Yeah. Basically everyone is, honestly. They're expendable to him. He's the mastermind. Why would he care? You're just here for the ride, so don't worry. But even so, shouldn't you at least do what you promised to do? If this plan fails, then your life is going down the drain as well. So you're planning to go kamikaze on all of us? Wait, but it wasn't my turn originally, and I didn't even have time to discuss the plans. So how was I supposed to do anything on my own? Use his powers, for God's sake. You saw the class trial, didn't you? The outcome is already decided. You just have to have the will to do it. And you're trying to make excuses when you haven't even done that much? But I... Very well. As much as I'm disappointed in you, things didn't completely go south. It's still not too late, so I'm giving you another chance. Think of it as an act of mercy. For I am very forgiving. Next island, you're in charge of the murder there. What? But... Relax, there's nothing to worry. Everything will go as planned under his protection. You just gotta wish for it. But the next island is that person's turn, so I think I'll just... That person? You really think they're still on our side? Just how stupid can you get? What do you mean? That damn brat betrayed us long ago. Didn't you notice something was off ever since we arrived on this island? Trying to ruin everything. I've already noticed it, and I'm wondering what punishment I should give out. I'm not doing this to you without any reason. Believe me, if that person was on our side, of course I'll ditch you and leave everything to them. Stats-wise, they're far superior than an idiot like you. Wow. So it's just me and you. Now you get why things are getting serious? If you understood, follow my orders. If you do so, me and every one of us will regain happiness. Well then, I have high expectations for your marvelous murder case. Don't let me down. But What's the matter? Wait, don't tell me. You wouldn't dare think of backstabbing me like that brat, would you? These sprites, man. Very unsettling. No, I would never. Just do it. It isn't that hard, and you only have to wait just a bit longer after all. The day of his resurrection is almost here. Now, this is the end of our conversation. If we linger any longer, someone like Saobai is bound to find us, so you should head back. If I were you, I wouldn't dare think of betraying us for your own good. Dude. Like, yeah, she's a void, but no one deserves that. What is wrong with her eyes? Oh my god, that creeped me out, man. The girl who looked in the evil abyss.
Danganronpa.
Ah, man. I don't even want that. I don't want anything to remind me of her. Nope, I don't want that. I don't want that either. Man. Wow. Wow, it's pretty bad that they put this character on the screen after what just happened. But, Thank you guys so much for watching this playthrough so far. I never imagined that people would like this much. So this really does make me happy that everyone's enjoying the series as much as I am, or even more than I am. But let me know what else you guys want to see on the channel other than Danganronpa. I really hope I can continue. Oh my god, my words. I really do hope I can continue this series. This game is literally proving to be my favorite Danganronpa game. Like, actually, it is better than V3. It is better than 1. I don't know if it's better than 2, though. 2 is my favorite game, but this game is proving to be good. Alright, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
You win. Perfect.